Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Monday, February the 1st of 2021. How's everybody's weekend? Did you survive the battleground that is the meme warfare right now here in the trenches, I guess, of the day traders, the crypto heads, the metal, the gold bugs, the traditional
silver
guys.
bugs.
Yes, you name them. Everybody seems to be mobilized and on the march. Let's see what February brings us, guys. It's been an interesting 2021 so far. We closed out the first month, and well, what can I say? It's been more than we bargained for. It seems like 2021 is shaping up to be even more exciting than 2020 was. Of course, to discuss this today, we've got well, at least one of our analysts with us today. I've got Jason here. Jason, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, bud. It's a brand new month. Just wrapping up all the sheets for January's trades.
Right.
I mean, what can we say? If you were following along with my trades, at least you had a hit rate of what appears to be 36.5.
Wow.
So that ain't too damn bad, guys. But this is actually one of the reasons why, like I said last week, looking at Bitcoin, looking at what's happening, the news, all this meme warfare and stuff that you were addressing there, like anymore, I've been sitting out on the weekends, man, and that has been doing me actually quite well, because everyone thinks about it as the opportunity loss of potential gains missed, but I always think about it as just the preservation of my capital, waiting for that better opportunity. Because right now, like, look at the way the charts are going, man. Like, XRP is just ridiculous right now. You got people moving silver. You got everything seems to be popping off. I mean, if you're in the alt space and hitting any of these lower alts with us, I mean, we're hitting like 50-30% on a wick, and then we're out, man. Like, everyone else is riding Doge to the ground. They're like, no, it's gonna go to $1. Like, we just need to be in and out of these things quick.
Yeah, if you're new to the space and your introduction was the excitement that was the Doge pump, you're likely not going to make a career of trading Doge or holding Doge, guys. So,
and you shouldn't treat it as such. It's just crazy to me that all these people, and I guess that just goes to show you, especially within the general chat, that the people that have moved in, there's just a whole new psyche of these new traders, man. All of them think that they're going to get rich quick on these things, and
they will learn in time. And I'm sure a big part of our loyal audience is already aware of how we do it here, guys. This is the home for professional crypto and other traders here on YouTube. This is a unique place where we approach the market with a very sober and calculating approach, one that's not designed to necessarily get you rich overnight, although we do have some banger trades. This is the slow and steady approach to wealth management.
The only way to really do it, in my opinion.
And, one way to take advantage of crypto's insane volatility is to do it the way our traders and our mentors teach us here at Cracking Crypto. But yes, Alex isn't here today, guys, or he will join us maybe a little later in the stream. At the moment, he's speaking.
He's moving.
Yeah, being on the move. So he is currently on the go. And he says he might be along in about an hour or so. So for now, it's going to be Jason and I talking charts, talking about the latest. Let's hop into a crypto bubbles first. Let's see what's happening on the bubbles front.
Get ourselves some cake, if you know what that is.
Yeah, let's see here. Cake, the biggest mover of the day. Pancake swap.
Cake.
Okay, so is this another sushi swap? Cake
maybe.
Swap derivative? Looks new. Looks like it's happening right here at Cake. So congratulations, anybody.
So it's not cake. It's pancake.
Yes, precisely. It's pancake swap. So it's cute. It's
cute.
it's cool. If I was a preteen girl investing in crypto, Cake would be at the top of my must-have crypto list. But otherwise, it seems
Alas,
like
you are not.
pretty green across the space, guys. Crypto doing pretty well today. Sushi up 22%, Luna up 22%, Rune 13%, Doge up another 17% today, probably after a lot of profit taking.
I mean, Doge kind of got hammered there for a while, so anyone who's holding
it did.
Probably still suffered a little bit.
Here's your opportunity, guys. If you didn't get out, you might
tell them
get out. Doge now.
Well, that's true.
But they probably want to
I thought you were telling them to get in.
No, not necessarily. I'd say If you wrote it down and you're maybe around break even or whatever you FOMO'd in, this could be your opportunity to get out.
This is why we don't FOMO, people. It's not worth it, man. Just you need to pick your moments, get in and out. Don't think that one coin's going to make you rich, because that's what the market wants you to think.
Of course.
They want you to be the bag holder.
XRP is down 12% at the moment after like a monster
shooting up to
pump
76 cents, I believe.
Yeah, we're gonna dive into the XRP story in a little bit. Did you actually? Let's bring that up next. Let's bring in the community poll, guys. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go, and I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Here we go. Welcome. Good morning, chat. I'm going to shout everybody out here in just a second, but for now I'm going to drop the community link, and you can find our poll in it today. And this is to do with XRP. Did you get in on the ground floor of the XRP mega pump? Did you buy XRP just as you heard about this this meme going around that like
I did hear about the meme.
Something big is going to happen on February 1st, 8 a.m. You want to be holding XRP because
you're getting dumped on.
because the Messiah is coming back and he's coming to fix the system, and you know
Who would you think the Messiah is? Is it Ripple or is it someone else?
That's gonna have to well, we're gonna have to save this topic for another stream. But yes, let's see our responses, guys. Did you get in on the ground floor of the XRP mega pump? So here's the first reply to the poll. Yes, I bought XRP and I took profits before it came down. So are you among the elite class of traders here at CC? Did you identify the XRP meme about to explode? Did you board the train? And did you disembark the train just as it was coming back down? Did you take profits generously? So this one's for you, expert traders. Hope to see a few of our CC peeps having replied. I'm going to refresh it real quick. Nice. 12 votes came in since I refreshed. I like it. I'm going to vote in a second. Next reply is, but I'm still holding, oh, yes, but I'm still holding XRP for $10 XRP. All right, so the second one is, yeah, you jumped on this opportunity of a lifetime, but did you not take any profits on the way up, and you're still holding it? And are you getting a little uncomfortable with what comes next? Do let us know. Drop the second response in the poll for anybody still in XRP who boarded this XRP rocket but did not get off in time. Maybe you still have an opportunity for $10 Ripple. We'll find out. Finally, we've got two other options. These are both no. The first no option is no, I don't mess with XRP, but I'm still in Doge. All right, so this third option is good for anybody who passed on XRP, but they're still open to the ideas of
riding that Doge to $1.
Yes, if you're open to memes in general, like Dogecoin, so you took Doge, but you didn't take XRP, drop this third option for you. And finally, the fourth option. No, I'm passing on meme coins, but I'm stacking Bitcoin. All right, this fourth option is for anybody who passed on XRP, passed on Doge. Your eye is on the prize, and you're stacking Bitcoin. Heck, if you're stacking Ethereum or other majors, other coins that aren't Doge, aren't XRP, do let us know by clicking the fourth option. All right, so here we go. I'm clicking the fourth option personally. I'm going to hit the like button over here.
You don't have a gigantic bag of Ripple, man?
I don't, but I'm kind of regretting that I did it when I...
Oh, you don't. You did fine.
Remember I said I'd buy at 8 cents? Well, 8 cents never came. Should have bought it all up at 18. All right, NT in the poll reply comment says, I'm holding, but not worried at all. All right, so NT's holding Ripple, not worried in the least. All right.
Sounds like someone's managing their risk appropriate.
Shout out to NT.
XRP to just go to the
moon. Or
right
more like somebody's banking on $10 XRP. Don't say we didn't warn. All right, that would be our poll. Before I get into the news, I'm going to do it a little differently today. First, I'm going to shout out everybody in the live chat. And then I'm going to head into the news real quick. Don't worry, guys. There's not too much news to cover today. In fact, there's not too many people to shout out today. So this is good. Unless I lost... no, I should be good here. Dark Rico says, hey all. Dark Rico is in the live chat. First one through the door today. Nice to see you, Dark Rico. S. Hyatt's in here. Had a good chat with
him over the weekend.
XRP dumping baby, says S. Hyatt, saying hello in the live chat. Good morning, happy Monday to Mr. Hyatt. And yes, XRP is dumping like a madman. All right, draft on my mobile phone. I was first in the chat. Okay, gotcha. S. Hyatt beat Dark Rico, but apparently he didn't hit send. Jose Alves, one of our channel supporters, is in here this morning saying, hey, hey. Ron Legato in here. Pretty difficult to be the first lately. Yeah, as soon as I post the stream up. People are already piling in. They want their fix in the morning. Loot Patience in here saying hello. Crypto Bull in here saying good morning, everyone. Crypto Bull doing timestamps for us, doing a great job. Doing, I guess, going on to the second month now. So great work, Crypto Bull. Nice to have you on the team. Mika Smith.
I hope you're getting a lot out of the group, man.
Good shout outs to Mika Smith in the live chat. Evening, well, I guess morning. It's 2 a.m. That still counts as morning. 2 a.m. Where is it 2 a.m. in the world? Is that like the Middle East? Like, where is it 2 a.m. right now? 12 hours offset from where we are. Is that like the Far East? It must be somewhere in the Far East. But shout outs to Mika Smith. Exquisite Hash Graph Schwinslow says, how's that snow hitting you guys? Brutal. We had a bit of snow, but it's mostly just bitterly cold here. Not much snow right now.
Quite a bit of snow here in the Midwest, but kind of last week was the real. Yeah,
last week was a big dump. It's since pulled back a bit, and now it's just bitterly cold. Mika Smith from Twitter 13 minutes ago. Banknote with $sign 350,000 USDT. Okay. Mika Smith mentioning that the Tetherbot on Twitter. 350 million printed. All right, getting ready for Bitcoin pump in
Money
3, 2. Let's keep going. Diamond hands, says Mika Smith. Yes, you're going to need diamond hands if you're going to hold XRP. Yorick, hey all. Yes, Yorick, another channel supporter. Nice to see you in here, Yorick. Yorick saying good morning to Midwest. And Bruno Martins is in here. Agency is in here this morning. Nice to see Agency. Can't take a loss if you never sell. That's the new school. That's right. Never sell. We're taking this all the way to the moon. Doesn't matter if we're going to destroy the economic system we live under. We've got to hold, boys. Hold the line. All right.
Hold.
Finally, Pablo Gutierrez is in the live chat. Good morning, Mr. Pablo. He says, best show on the web. Maybe you can tell us your top 3 DeFi coins for 2021 and why. All right, that's a good one. I'm definitely going to make a note of that. Top 3 DeFi coins for 2021. I've got some decent ones in there. Jason, I'm sure you have a few of your own that you want to pump. So we're going to bring those up. Top coins for DeFi. Yes, Pablo Gutierrez. Good suggestion. Thank you. We have Zatho in the live chat. Hi, y'all. Polly B's in here saying good morning. We've got Virendra Pal is in here. Crypto Cat is in here. So we got one Crypto Bull. We got one Crypto Cat. We got Destined Terrain saying hi, all. Destined Terrain. Cool name. Ivan X is in here. Anyone taking Win USDT request? Haven't got a couple days from you. Yes, Ivan X, today we will definitely do Win USDT. Sorry we haven't been able to do it the last few days. You know how it goes. Sometimes we get inundated with so many chart requests.
Well, here's the thing. We would have done it if it was requested, so.
Yes. Well, he did. It was just at the end of my list, and we weren't able to get to him the last couple days. But, right. Well, Mr. Ether says no FOMO. Shorted XRP. Yes. How did I know somebody in here would be shorting it? And guaranteed it would have been Mr. Ether. Well done, Mr. Ether. I should have also put a limit short in around 60 or 70 cents.
I hope you got in at 70 cents.
Problem is, I was worried that this meme would actually sweep over and take us over $1. So I wasn't.
That's kind of the hard part, right?
I wasn't too comfortable shorting 50, 60 cents. Knowing that, but yes, I'm kind of relieved. I know you're gonna hate me for this, guys. Any XRP heads in the audience? I was kind of relieved to wake up knowing that XRP did not hit $1 overnight. If anything, it seems like this whole meme warfare might be running out of steam. What do you guys think? Is this GME thing? Like, people have a short attention spans. Even in the peak of popularity, things do slow down relatively quickly in the internet age. Do you think this GME thing's over? They turned their attention to silver. What will come next?
I think that this GME thing's going to be a much bigger catalyst than people realize.
It is indeed. Are they taking us off the GME trail by telling us to pump silver, something that we likely will never be able to put a squeeze on? We'll find out. I got a story lined up very shortly. Let me just get through the last few shoutouts. We got Dan in here. Sup, gents? He says, watching Uni break $20. And finally, Across Canada is in here. Tyler Dukacek is in here. GT Mark IV is in here. Mr. Unicorn is in here. Channel supporter saying, sup, peeps? Nice to see you in here. Let's see. We got Ken Gabriel, what's going on before the market closes? We'll get into that. End user is in here, canceled. All right. I think I've mentioned we got an Adam in here. Adam says denim chicken here. My YouTube name is different from my Discord name. All right, well, denim
Somebody
chicken.
watches as though it's sunny.
Yes.
Is that a denim chicken?
Denim chicken is in here from the Discord. Leto Babel is in here with several requests. We will try to get through to them. He says, thank you, the show is the best. Thank you, thank you. And finally, All Infinity says hi, and B-Flow says hola. Yes, hola to Mr. B-Flow. Blockchain gains. I have hodl bags and I have trading bags. Hodl bags a must, though, in my opinion. Yes.
Yep. I mean, you just said it in the different terminology. I call it investment and trading capital. Investment capital should be longer term. You shouldn't be touching it. The lower time frame volatility shouldn't be scaring you out of anything. You should have a set target on maybe a couple of years or something like that. Investments shouldn't be treated like trading capital, and trading capital should not be treated like investment capital. I think you should have a definite split of those two things, because trading capital is meant to get in and out. I don't care about the project.
All right, well said. Let's dive into the next segment, guys, because I know you want to get into the charts, so we got to get this intro out. Made a slight change to our show schedule here on the bottom left, if you guys want to take a look. First hour, we go from intro to news to the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and alts. Finally, in the second hour is where we do the AMA and the chart request section before moving to the intro. So if you're joining us for the first time, the show generally runs 2 hours. And first hour, we do mostly hour analysis with a little bit of chart requests sprinkled in. Finally, in the second hour, we usually dedicate to solely everyone's requests, any questions, and so forth. All right, let's get into the news, shall we? Not too much to cover today. I want to keep it brief. Let's get into the XRP turns negative after massive crash. Let's see here.
Man, I hate that they do that stuff, like massive crash, It's just all headlines, man, because like it'll oscillate and then it'll come back up and like, oh, it blows people's minds again. Like, it's just so silly sometimes.
It was some pretty gnarly price action. In fact, let me see if I can.
We had a lot of money come in, man. Like,
let me see if I can put it up on the screen for you guys. Check out the daily wick. We went. I might have to adjust this to see that, but yeah, this wick went, I think, all the way to 70-something cents. And we've since walked a lot of that back, but still pretty much where we were like Saturday. So not looking too bad. This whole meme, this whole pump has dragged us out of the bottom, out of this 20-cent bottom area that we were trading in, following the XRP FUD that the SEC is gonna drag them in and roast them over some coals, but. Apparently that's been canceled. Let's quickly look at the story. Tokyo-based CoinCheck suspended XRP selling before resuming it about 10 minutes later, but it didn't save XRP from crashing. XRP, the fourth largest crypto by market cap, is currently in the middle of a monumental crash, collapsing over 43% to 41 cents. Yes.
It's gotta be lower than that right now, right?
Let me take a quick look here. XRP is at 39 cents currently, so the crash continues. Rest in peace, anybody who bought the top.
I mean, looking at this on the daily, man, you've already had a 51% wick just today.
So,
pretty intense.
As many are aware, XRP is getting delisted, or has been delisted from many exchanges to date.
This could be an exit pump, guys.
But XRP is very popular in Japan for some reason. For one reason or another. Who are we listening to? Why is my... Alright, I think it should be working. But yeah, XRP is very popular in Japan, guys. If you haven't noticed, it seems like XRP has certainly found a home in Japan, and it still remains to be traded there, probably in many Far East exchanges. But in this case, CoinCheck, the Japanese exchange, temporarily suspended all XRP sell orders. According to a Twitter announcement, the functionality was later restored. The suspension came after the token gave up a substantial portion of its gains. It dropped as much as 30% in 1 hour after soaring to a multi-month high of 75 cents on Bitfinex, amid what is believed to be a coordinated effort to artificially drive up the token's price by several pump groups. Coincheck is primarily known within the industry for losing about 560 million worth of NEM back in early 18. All right, so not too much to cover here besides what we already know. XRP pumped and then it dumped. Were you one of the unfortunate ones that was caught up in the middle of this? Or were you one of the fortunate ones that rode this wave up and shrewdly played it down? Do let us know. There is this community poll that once again I will be posting the link to. Let me see if I can drop the link in here again. Here we go. If you guys haven't hit the poll up and you're just joining us a few minutes late, I just dropped the link in the live chat. Do check out the poll, guys. This one's about XRP. Did you board this pump on the ground floor? Did you pass on XRP? Are you into other coins? Do let us know. I'm going to quickly refresh the poll. We were up to 28 votes. Looking good, guys. It seems that 50% of our audience says no. They're passing on meme coins and stacking Bitcoin or other crypto. So it seems that our audience is pretty sophisticated, I guess. They just don't want to indulge any of this.
I didn't touch it for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could have made some great gains out of it, but at the same time, like, I just do my thing.
I should have known something was up on Friday. I think as early as Friday, I saw all types of posts saying that XRP is next.
February 1st stuff.
Yeah, this is all you have to do is to put out there that, like, oh, Wall Street Bets is now coming for
silver,
for this one or that one, and XRP, of course, the beneficiary of the latest meme campaign, trying to make it viral. All right, Mr. Ether saying, I lied, I hold Doge on Gate, I think. All right. Either way, guys, I see that 18% of the audience bought XRP and took profit before it came down. So this first option is for the Gold Star members here. If you did manage to board the XRP wave and disembark,
I hope you're out
in a timely manner. Well,
I mean, it's just different. So, like,
hope
if you're trading it, yes, but if you're invested in XRP, then you're invested in XRP. Leave it alone, let it go.
All right, let's get into the final story before we move into the charts and into the analysis. Silver price surges amid investor frenzy, but Reddit says it's not them pumping it. So the precious metal rose above $30 an ounce to its highest level since 2013. I bet the silver bugs are losing their minds. Silver broke out above $30 an ounce for the first time since 2013 on Monday, the latest asset to see a pop-up in volatility in the last few weeks on the markets.
This goes back to the memes too, man. I mean, geez, I've been hearing a lot about silver lately, and I never hear about silver.
Yep, they set their sights on the silver market and look at the results. But Colin Chesnisky says the chief market strategist with SIA Wealth Management in Toronto said silver has apparently become the next asset to get caught up in the GameStop frenzy. The most significant move this morning, he says, has been in silver, which was a trending topic in the media and on Reddit all over the weekend, with a lot of chatter both for and against it. That could be the next market to become active in the wake of the GameStop big move last week. A Reddit group known as Wall Street Bets managed to help drive the price up of GameStop shares. Yes, this we know, 1,600%. And now they're turning their attention on silver. Spot silver leapt more than 11% in London to $30 an ounce and was on track for the biggest one-day rise since 2008, taking gains to about 19% since last
This is another
Wednesday.
Great example of how the news always tends to correlate to things, because we've been talking about silver for quite some time, especially in the comparison of gold to silver. And silver's chart just looks like it has a lot more room to grow than gold's, to be honest with you. We've been talking about this for months, and now all of a sudden we're starting to see news events that come out that start to be the catalyst for these large pumps. So, I mean, silver could still be on its way. I mean, this could just be the beginning of silver.
Yeah, or it could be the beginning of a massive market meltdown that they're just going to blame on retail investors messing with the market from the comfort of their home. But yes, so the action is silver.
They do it every day, and if they lose a little bit of money, they got to shut the whole goddamn market off and recalculate their positions, which is insane.
The silver thing came along and took some of the pressure off the GME thing, so go figure. But yes, this action in silver, following thousands of Reddit posts and hundreds of YouTube videos, suggests that the rise in physical price could hurt large investors with bearish bets and marks a foray of a much bigger and more liquid market than individual stocks. Yes, silver is in fact much bigger and more liquid than GME. I think it's going to be
a lot harder to short squeeze.
Yeah, it's going to be much harder to squeeze silver. So hi-ho silver. And
away!
Good luck with the pump, everyone. Analysts who monitor silver markets say there's more to the story than small investors rushing in. Yeah, here's the other aspect is that maybe what we're seeing is not just the Wall Street Bets guys, but anybody who's waiting in the shadows, maybe big firms.
It's all over the news, man, so everyone's probably got an eye on this.
Someone's taking advantage of these market conditions, the assets traded by a variety of institutional players, and it's very likely that those parties have joined in on the move to push their metal higher, wrote Boris Schlossberg of BK Asset Management. Yeah, you can figure that other people are now officially looking for interesting opportunities. This is like a very, very unique time, I think, in market activity. This is going to present a unique opportunity for other firms. It's no longer just a retail phenomenon. I'm sure there's other firms who are now back at the drawing board, thinking, how can we capitalize on these current market conditions?
How can we use this meme warfare to our advantage?
Yep, according to Craig L. Arlen, he says it's clear that there's a new power dynamic underway in the markets. It will obviously be fascinating to see which area of the market Reddit targets next and what the knock-on effects will be elsewhere. Well, apparently people target XRP, and we saw how that worked out. So, all right, I'm going to leave the rest of this article. This talks about GameStop, another short squeeze. Yes, we have to be following this because there's something in the air, guys. I really don't know.
Something's fishy for sure.
Is the bottom about to fall out? Is there an 08 crisis about to come home to roost? It's hard to say. We've got to be cautious here, guys. Practice maximum caution, everyone. Be prepared for anything, including being blamed by the regulators that you had some hand in this.
That was really insane to me that the people who run the market never call for regulation, and then this was the first time they came right out. We need more regulation because we're losing a little bit of money. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yellow.
Oh, look
well,
who
hello,
it is.
sir.
Hey, I thought I would drop in for like half an hour or so, and then I gotta get back to the moving. I saw you were in the middle of a news article. You can keep going if you want.
No, actually, I'm moving into the other scene right now. Let's see here. Seems to have... I was going to get into the charts. I've got Jason on screen. I don't know if Alex wants to chart things out for the intro.
You do half an hour, and then you're gonna do the rest of the time, Jason? Or would you were already set up and you just want to go ahead, Jason?
Doesn't matter to me, but if you want to give up your synopsis of Bitcoin and stuff like that, and I can do all the chart requests if you want.
I do have some thoughts. I want to talk about the Dixie. I do want to talk about silver. Let's look at some of the big names. I'll cover the big stuff. I'll cover the hits in half an hour, and then Jason will take care of the rest.
Yeah, I can do all the requests.
All right, Alex.
I got some things to say about a couple of those as well.
Share your screen, big homie, and we'll go.
Come on, big homie.
All right, I've got this fixed.
I like it when the whole family's together.
Also, guys, I will be scrolling up to our dear loyal audience. I will be scrolling up and collecting all your requests, so stand by. We will be getting to your chart requests in the second half of the show. In the meantime, drop them in the live chat. I will collect them. Let me navigate over to Alex's stream. All right, Alex, I've got you on screen. And I'm going to just adjust a few things. All right.
So I would consider us hanging right out at the point of control in this area right now. Depending on which market you're looking at, we're either right on top of it or right beneath it. Here we are on Coinbase. We've got a point of control visible right here, the red line right beneath us. This is the point on the chart, visible to us, where the most volume has been transacted. So this price area right here, so you can see it's kind of support here, resistance here, support here. And then looking at Binance, we're actually underneath the point of control, which is, instead of being right here, it's right here. So I'm considering us like this area right here is the point of control. So it's really hard to call it either way. I feel like this daily wick and then being trapped underneath 34,000 right here, which on our 12-hour chart that we've all been watching. Let's head back over. I had this on Bitcoin Perp right here. So this chart right here. So this area was the support, and here we are. We're still back underneath it. As long as we're hanging out underneath this 34,000 support resistance level, it's kind of hard to be very bullish on Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the weekly chart, I don't consider this super bullish right here. You would want to see a little bit more bullish momentum on the weekly, but it is nice that we're starting to get some green candles here after a couple of red ones. So,
and it's just the first day of the week, so a lot of time.
Yeah. So last week was simply an indecision candle, basically. So as far as the weekly trend goes, it could go either way. We do still have a lot of volume in this area. Ultimately, we could hang out in this area for a few more weeks. Jumping. I'm agnostic as to whether or not we do, but I am still bearish on us like topping out here and kind of dumping a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
dominance. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm right there with you in the sense that like the daily, it's a little confusing right now just because it's so sideways, and especially someone like me who utilizes like a lower length EMA for some of my systems, like 13.
Up, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like I got a great long signal on that that big wick to the upside on that daily candle, and after using my past trading journals and stuff like that, I know that this is the type of trade that really can get me chopped up, but like they do work out. Sometimes they just go pretty sideways. So that was the reason why I decided to pull my hedge. And so far it was the right move because we're just sideways and I don't want to be caught with my pants down, especially if we just decide to rock it up from here. But then if we do reject, I'll be able to easily just put my hedge back on and then hopefully ride it to the downside. But right now it's just, you can't tell, man. It's just right in the middle of purgatory, just indecision time.
Yeah, as far as the whole 60 system, we wouldn't be unhedged yet. But Jason, as you guys know, he uses a different baseline, so that's why he briefly unhedged. And he's still, I think you're like hanging out at your baseline right now, basically.
Yep, we're right on it right now. We're just above it right now, which I mean today, if it closed the way it was, it would still be a continuation. So I mean, we're just gonna have to see what happens. Yeah. I'm not leveraged long or anything, but I am spot long right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I can certainly see it. Like, I agree with you. It could go either way in that spot. I'm bearish, but as agnostic as to when it is that we actually do drop. For Ethereum here, I feel kind of a little bit more sure about my bearishness. After all, Bitcoin is kind of hanging around its lows.
You called a short on that yesterday, didn't you?
What was that?
You called a short on Ethereum yesterday, didn't you?
I did call a short yesterday.
Yes, I mean, that looks like a bearish chart, man.
Yeah, we're slightly underwater. Essentially, we opened it here, and now we're here. So we're not very underwater, but we're underwater. To me, this feels like we just have so much resistance above us right here. All this area is now resistance. These are all trapped buyers. Anybody who bought in this area is someone who is desperately looking to get out right now. If you bought above, like, say, 1375, there is a chance that we are establishing some support here. Dark Rico was talking to me about this a little earlier, where this was clearly resistance at some point. And while we haven't really found support here or here, if we do find support here, we're just kind of climbing up onto this support level, consolidate, and then take off. There is an argument to be made that things could play out that way, but for now, we've got this dual sell signal here on time transformation, as shown. This is what we were talking about. So, as shown on the weekly, so previously resistance. Over the next 2 weeks, we break above it, close above that level, and now this week, if we hold it, then that's probably a sign that we may have conquered that 1300 area, the 1275, 1300 area.
Conquered it, boy.
Yes, like conquered that resistance now supports in this hypothetical future. resistance, now support level. And then, Ethereum can continue. So that's if I'm incorrect about the bearish case, which, hey,
Well, that's
I'm
the thing.
wrong.
It's not our job to be right. It's our job to be in the right positions. And if our systems give us a signal and we enter that signal, and if it works out, that's awesome. And if it doesn't, it's part of the game. On to the next one.
Ethereum, Bitcoin could see a small pullback here. Nothing necessarily major. Maybe just retest this previous area of resistance and turn support. All right, let's look at some more of the important charts here. Dixie. All right, so
What do you got, Dixie?
another big day on the Dixie, guys. Well, I would say that's pretty bullish.
Mm-hmm.
Not a new high necessarily. This high is higher still, but we're definitely we're definitely launching an assault on it right now, and we're also assaulting the monthly this monthly trend as shown. Let's go over to the monthly. So it's a monthly line. It's very very spoopy. It's a very fuzzy line.
Spoopy
Because it's a
lines.
monthly trend. But I do see us. If we break this, we're going to break it hard. And I could see, and this is all a low volume node, so I imagine we'll just shoot right up to above 90, 91, 92. Yeah.
A spoopy break of the trend, huh?
Very spoopy. Yes, this line is a spoopy line. So yeah, this is something very concerning for Bitcoin and for Ethereum. As the US dollar rises, that is a headwind against Ethereum USD and Bitcoin USD, which are trading against the dollar. As the dollar rises, that pushes down on them. So this goes up, and that pushes Bitcoin down. So this is another reason why I continue to be bearish on the broader markets and Bitcoin and Ethereum, at least for the midterm. I'm not talking like, the end of the year or anything like that. But hey guys, it's been a nice long 9-month long run on traditionals. Maybe there's going to be a couple month long pullback, is what I'm saying.
Like, you should expect that. I don't know why people don't.
Let's check the charts.
Markets don't just go up.
Markets don't just go up. Dow Jones still looking bearish in this spot. I would not be surprised if we got a little bit of a bounce here. I would love to see us come back up and retest this area right here. Everybody has been trained to buy the dip, so people are going to see this drop right down to the point of control. They're going to buy it up. And today we're already seeing that. We're seeing a kind of a bounce today here on the Dow after a really rough Friday close. Mm-hmm. This is a really rough way to go into the weekend. And then today, I think people were hoping for more of a bounce than we got. Did we gap up at all? Not really. We kind of... Yeah, we did. We gapped up, we traded down, closed back up, and then now it looks like we may come down again. That's interesting. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ having a strong day. Still just retesting all this resistance we have above us. We traded here several days. This could be bullish in this spot. I guess it will really depend on how the week closes. As long as we close inside of this area right here, we're still just in resistance. If we can make a new high above like 330, then that would be a sign that I think the markets were really going to do it. They were going to go for it. Mm-hmm. I would be surprised, especially because, in my view, with what happened with GME last week, most hedge funds, most big institutions have had what's called a shoe shine boy moment in the industry. Now, for those of you who are not steeped in trading history, the idea of the shoe shine boy moment came to J.P. Morgan was one of the only big industrialist, financialist / companies. I mean, at the time he was alive and running his company, but J.P. Morgan Company was one of the few to survive the Depression, like basically unscathed. Like, Black Monday didn't affect them at all. Why? Well, J.P. Morgan, he's out getting his shoes shined his shoes shined one morning, and while he's doing that, the shoe shine boy says, "Hey, me and my friends, we got together $40. Will you guys?" And $40 is a lot in 1929.
Mhm.
It's like these shoe shine boys are like, "Yo, hey man, we got $20,000 here." Or it's probably not that much, but we got like $10,000 here, and we want to know if you will take our trades. Like, obviously, we want our, we know your company is legit. We want JP Morgan and stuff. And JP Morgan politely, declined. He's like, no, thank you. You paid the shoe shine boy. He went back to his office and he told everybody on the trading floor to get out of the market. He's like, I want everybody flat by the end of the day. And I think this was like on Thursday or Wednesday, and by the next Monday, Black Monday happened. And now, why? Is it because the shoe shine boy is like a dumb trader? Well, he might be, but he might not be. That doesn't matter. What mattered to JP Morgan is the buy side of things, where you have to look at it and be like, you're a seller. If every buyer is already in the market, if even the shoe shine boy is in the market, who else is there left to sell stocks to, right?
I believe like the simpler wording of it was, when your shoe shine boy is giving you stock tips, it's time to get out of the market.
Yeah, but that's kind of like not the whole story, because
you definitely went way deeper
like
with
the
it.
shoe shine boy. The GME trade was a great trade. Wall Street Bets nailed it. They were right about the short interests. I don't want to call them dummies. They're not. I mean, they might call themselves retards, but it's not a retarded trade. But institutions are all looking at this moment and they're thinking, oh my God, everybody and their mom is in this market right now.
Even their kids.
How many, everybody is talking about, who did not have someone this week who knows nothing about trading talk to them about GameStop?
Oh my God,
be like, I'm going to buy some silver or something like that.
DOGE.
Who here? Yeah. Who here?
I got a ton of messages.
Come to me and talk to me about DOGE. I had someone come to me and talk to me about silver. 2-3 weeks ago, I had an old high school friend come and talk to me about Bitcoin. Who is not in this market with us, folks? I did not mean to go into this huge, long lecture while we're standing here looking at the NASDAQ, but it's been weighing on me. And all you new people, I love you, but take a look at our general chat.
Oh God, it's just amazing.
Dark Rico and our other moderators have done an amazing job of educating our new people, but the sheer number of new people leads you to think, who isn't already in this market that might be interested in being in this market? Because it looks to me like pretty much everybody and their mom. Okay, so I guess that's my fundamental bearishness. I guess I kind of just spilled that out.
I'm totally with you on that, though, because that's, exactly the reason why I moved all of my 401k over to bonds about 2 months ago. Yep. Like, it's just getting really strange, and now you see this just injection of people into the market that's crazy. Like, in the general chat, you hang out with, and these people believe that they've been doing it for 3 days and that they've made like $500 and that they know exactly what they're doing and they can't do anything wrong. That is the exact market psychology that ends up dumping on everyone. So I'm with you on that. Like, I'm very nervous.
Very reminiscent of 2017, when over Thanksgiving and then the Christmas holiday break, it seemed like everybody was going crypto crazy, and we saw what happened in early 2018 after that. That's certainly the early warning signs, isn't it? But again, this feels kind of unprecedented right now, so I don't want to pretend like it's all going to go to hell in a handbasket.
It might not.
No, it might not, but
the markets could bubble for like another month.
Yep.
And during that month, if we're sitting on the sidelines, there could be all sorts of like 100, 200% opportunities. It's
called euphoria.
Blow up. And we don't want to miss them, folks. So, but I also want you to exercise caution as you take the trades, because you think to yourself, oh, all of these home runs I'm hitting are a sign that the market is nearing a top. Not that I'm a fucking genius.
Yeah, no, not that I'm the best.
None of you are geniuses. I'm not a genius.
No.
The market is crazy and it's bubbling right now. Let's take advantage of it.
I'm usually the dumbest guy in the room, trust me.
Give me a couple more stimmy checks, guys. We're going to pump this market up.
But and that's important too, because
we're going to get the hell out of Dodge.
We're not necessarily saying, oh, guys, all doom and gloom and stuff. But as a trader, someone who does this professionally, it's very important that you take into consideration every single possibility. whether it moons or whether it goes to zero. You have to take all of those things into account. Look at the charts, look at the news, look at the things that you think it affected. And right now, there's some evidence that the market may be having a big giant injection of cash that it might dump on everyone. I mean,
Ron Lagato in the live chat says most of the general guys don't want to learn.
well, they don't. I don't
not
think.
yet.
I don't think that's it. I think that they don't know what they're doing yet, so they think that trading is just simply throwing darts, and that's not what trading
To be fair, a lot of them.
Until you lose, what is stimulating you to learn? You're like, why
Right.
would I go and learn all these things to do what I'm already doing? I'm already killing the market.
Yeah. And that's another reason why people don't like paper trading, because they need that emotional connection to what they're doing. Otherwise, they're just guessing.
Yep, Ron
Well, that's
is
true,
on
but I
point,
also
though.
don't like paper trading. Even it's hard to. People don't trade the same way they do with real money, with paper money, in the same way that people don't play poker with fake money the same way they do with real money. People just don't put risk on mentally in the same way unless they're actually risking something.
I think you can get that same feeling.
I don't want to encourage everybody to put on more risk, but I definitely agree that I can understand why people are really turned off by paper trading. I always have been as well. I would much rather go in with a couple $100 and lose my shirt a couple times and learn that way than lose no money, but also learn nothing because
you didn't really have that connection to the actual loss, because that's what connects you to learning it.
Once they get wrecked, they will.
I guess that's one thing that I was good at, in the sense of I never wanted to lose my money, and when I first started doing it, I would paper trade just to see if I could do it well, and then I started adding risk. It was just good for me.
Some people dive in head first, right? So, but once
I
they
never had
get
a lot
wrecked,
of money growing up, so
once
I'm
they
keeping
get
all of it.
wrecked, 90% of them will get turned off and probably never return. A contingent of them will be like, "What did I do wrong? How did I not hold on to these wicked gains I made?"
I bet some of these people that are getting destroyed right now, in a couple years, they're going to be some of the best traders out there. I promise.
Could be. All right, Alex, let's keep it rolling. We got lots of requests lined up soon too. So
okay, this is I want to look at gold because I want to draw a contrast between gold and platinum and silver. So I think I mentioned that gold we were short and silver looked like a long on Friday. Unfortunately, I did not get us into the long on Friday. So we closed here. This is our long signal. We got a beautiful long signal right here. Regardless of any fundamentals going on in the market, we had a break of resistance. We were above zero on our oscillator. We were crossed up. Water was firing. We were good on our baseline and within the qualifying line. But I was busy Friday afternoon, and then of course it's closed all weekend. And then we opened up like this Sunday. Just opened up 6%. It was gapped up. So
that's a hell of a candle for
we
silver.
missed that trade, and that's on me, members. I'm sorry.
Can't win them all, bud.
Yep, cannot win them all. That being said, saying what I said about silver being a trap earlier, I guess I did not really mention that, but I totally agree with that paper. I have been a subscriber to Wall Street Bets for many years, and while I am not someone who hangs out in there all the time, mostly because they just don't trade the stuff that I do, I totally agree with what they are saying, that people just showing up and talking about a silver squeeze and stuff like that, and then suddenly the media's all behind it. It's super suspicious.
Oh yeah, it's primed with just.
Yeah, it's super high. But then suddenly, everybody was upset about the GameStop squeeze last week, but this week, the media was like, "Ooh, silver squeeze! Ah, they're so smart and intelligent."
Yeah,
ooh,
that's why I think that a lot of this stuff is just too damn suspicious. They're setting something up.
And then I read another person was saying how their father came to them and they're like, "I'm thinking about buying some silver." Fox News said price. It's like,
we're losing you, Alex.
Alex, you're going.
Times when the financial media is telling you what to think,
back.
you should not think that thing.
Yes, whenever the media is telling you something that you should be doing, you should not be doing that.
Yeah. So that being said, I could see us maybe riding this to $36 range if we really do hold this this break of weekly resistance right here.
And this was something that I was talking about a little bit earlier on this show before you joined in, Alex, that we were talking about this like a couple months ago just look at the chart of like the weekly chart compared to gold on silver. I mean, silver looks like it has a ton of room to move here.
Yeah.
In comparison to the gold chart, just to even finish its retracement
over the few weeks.
So I mean, it's not like we haven't been talking about this. Now there's just coming out with media stuff that correlates to, oh, this is why silver's moved. Like,
Yeah. I had been thinking we were going to come down to 20, but obviously it's looking right now like that is not going to happen. I'll leave those here for right now in case we do reject from this area. But for right now, because of the media attention on it and the potential, retail hasn't really been dumped on yet in this silver push. The silver push is like a week old. It's going to take, a few weeks to get people really into it.
Did we lose Alex?
Yeah, he keeps cutting out.
Alex, you come back yet?
Supply and demand behind it. I do know that I've had several members tell me that physical silver, you basically can't find it right now.
Probably not.
If you're a retail trader, if you're not a retail investor, I guess really for silver. If you're a retail investor, you can't go to JM Bullion and just buy silver. They're like, we don't have any. There was another silver company that they basically they stopped orders over this past weekend. It was like, we gotta wait till next week. No more orders for this week. So for those reasons, I can't help but feel that this run has a little bit more in it. But it's not. I'm not holding this for. I'm not holding this for the $100 mark right now. That's what I'm saying.
All right, I'm going to highlight a quick comment here from the live chat. This was to do with. Let's see here. Here's this Reddit comment. Mikaw Smith from the live chat says they have something wrong there. If you go to the Reddit and Twitter, they're referring to the article I think we were reading earlier, but it's similar to what Alex was saying. Something's very suspicious about this. As Mikaw Smith says, if you go to the Reddit and Twitter and check posts from the mods, they are denouncing silver. Yes, it seems like the silver thing is more of an orchestrated
blaming
narrative
it on these people.
It's like, I agree. The silver market is flooded with worthless short paper silver. So, guys, if you're a big institution and you want to short silver, all you got to do is sell people silver that doesn't exist. You sell them a piece of paper and you're like, yeah, this represents silver. Don't worry about it.
I owe you real metal.
Yeah, IOU, but they're not even physical deliverable. You're not. Nope. You don't even IOU silver. You're just like, this represents silver. Don't worry. You sell all of that and you satisfy demand. What happens? Well, the real supply pushes down the price, right? Because the demand for silver has been satisfied by fake paper silver. So, in that way, a lot of institutions have gone short the precious metals markets by creating paper silver, paper gold, paper platinum. And I don't know how widespread abusive it is, but I'm sure you can imagine it's pretty widespread.
I'm sure it's everywhere.
I'm not looking over their shoulder. Do you think any governments are looking over their shoulder? They're not. They're probably taking advantage of the situation, and especially because the gold prices are it's a global thing, not any singular country.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I believe that there may be a lot of paper shorts and stuff, and maybe someone could short squeeze silver, but retail sure as hell couldn't.
You'd need a large percent of retail to come in at the same time.
Silver's like hundreds of billions of dollars in market cap versus GameStop.
DOGE.
Yeah, versus GameStop. So we're talking state level. There are governments that stock silver and stuff like that, and if you think you are going to push the price to a place that governments don't want it to go, I think you are sadly mistaken. Yeah, anyway, I guess that's really all I have to say on silver. I had very strong feelings on it because, like I said, I do subscribe to Wall Street Bets, and I did see that come in, and it does seem really suspicious.
Very suspicious.
But I mean, hey, I'm not a silver expert. I'm not a gold expert. I just look at the charts. I'm just a chart jockey, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
It's like they want to put us off the trail of the GME thing. Maybe we should have kept squeezing GME, and instead they're trying to maybe.
We couldn't. They shut it off.
They did, but maybe there was workarounds. I still see a lot. It seems like a lot of talk on Wall Street Bets still centers around GME. GME is the squeeze, and they want to take us off.
They think the squeeze is not squoze yet.
Mm-hmm.
The squeeze is not squoze.
The squoze is not done yet.
The squoze is not squeeze.
All right, let's keep it moving. And
platinum here, strong. As you can see, we look like we're just going to blast right through this resistance. Boom, boom, boom. rejected 3 times, but then here we are, a 4th time. That is pretty rare. Normally after we reject 3 times, that's where we would just keep going down. But this looks kind of like it might have been a bear trap. So depending on how we close today, we're not going to be ready for a long. Our system won't be there, but platinum certainly looks ripe for it in a way that gold really doesn't. Or at least didn't. And I put up a crude oil short that it looks like is getting also blasted right now. Unfortunately, it's getting blasted the wrong way.
It's getting blasted, folks.
Yeah, my short's getting blasted. So I am probably exiting that at the end of today. Anyway, let's see. Let's head back on over to the alts. I want to finish up there and then turn it over to Jason.
Beautiful.
Yay.
And everybody with a request in the chat, we've got it logged. Stand by. We will be getting to it shortly. I know a lot of you guys are eager to get into your requests. Just hang tight. We're almost there.
So I want to note that overall, Bitcoin dominance is still rising. Kind of trading sideways here, but we're holding this spot. So it looks like Bitcoin may continue to be a better choice than alts in general going forward. And it's been like that for a couple weeks. We're just kind of trading sideways here. Bitcoin alts, Bitcoin alts. Do you think we are still at resistance here or not? On some of them we are. It's curious.
Very curious.
It's very curious. You know, I don't want to be too bearish in this spot. It's easy to do.
That's the same thing. I didn't want to be too bullish, too bearish. That's why I just decided instead to close my hedge and just sit spot, because instead of taking a risk position to the upside, I'm just going to let this thing go sideways and really convince me where it's going.
I agree. Guys, I want to be convinced. We're still at resistance here on Dragon Perp. Still a resistance here on Uniswap Perp, although this is looking really interesting right here on the 12-hour. But we're underneath the daily baseline. So is this like a fake out bull trap, right? Or like where everybody's looking at, they're like, oh, we're definitely going to break up. Oh my gosh, they're piling in right now. And they're just going to bloop, just right down.
Yep.
Bloop. Yeah, DeFi is still pushing up. I think DeFi typified by Uni and Sushi and stuff, they're still going, and this just looks bullish. I can't really say anything bearish about this.
DeFi's been just
nothing to do, but nothing to do but stay in your DeFi positions. Privacy coins look like they're there. That's pretty bullish. So we made it over this resistance, and we're holding it, the support. Tentatively, I would suggest privacy coins could have a run. So exec, real quick. I don't really see anything there. Let's get XMR real quick. Still kind of trading sideways here, but this is interesting. Depending on how you want to draw it, we may or may not have broken out of this downtrend. XMR, Zach. There's Zen, there's other ones, but I don't see anything necessarily yet that's looking... Ooh, exchange tokens. Well, this is kind of what we've been arguing that we were waiting for, right?
Good today.
So it's a daily signal on exchange tokens. It's a new high. We're above the daily baseline. I can't really complain here. So I think
BNB was the signal for me yesterday. I didn't take it because it was over the weekend, but BNB was looking strong.
BNB does look strong here. All right, so there's BNB, WABI token,
Leo,
FTT. Maybe on Huobi token. It looks like we already may have gotten some gains on here. We could see some heavy resistance in the spot with a baseline overhead and this resistance right here. We'll see. FTT. This could just keep going. So this it would be the resistance that we're holding above right here. I would wait for one new high, like a break of $12. And then if we broke that, it'd be on like Donkey Kong.
On like Donkey Kong.
All right, so exchange tokens, DeFi tokens, these are looking good. Privacy tokens are suggestive. Not necessarily there yet. This is still at resistance, but this could break it tonight. Mid caps broke it and held it. So this should be a new high today. We'll be closing. What are the good mid caps? Uni just straight up. Rune just straight up.
Yep.
Synthetics looks like it might pull back here. That's a pretty big rejection wick.
Subtext in a live chat reminding everybody hit the like button and subscribe. Yes, excellent reminder. We've got over 100
thank
watching.
You. If you like a general market-wide bearish statement every single day, be sure to like and subscribe because that's Alex. Okay. You know what? I will let Jason go through the individual alts and stuff like that. I hope you guys felt like that was a decent overview of the markets.
Yep, great way to open up the month, dude. Hope you enjoyed the new place, dude.
All right. Well, yeah, I want to make sure I get internet set up there so that I can just, we can just
kind of important.
Yep.
Normal. Yep. So, audience, I love you all. I bid you all adieu, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, dude.
Thanks, bud.
Peace out. Take care of yourself. We'll be in touch. Everybody wish Alex a happy move. Going to be moving into his new place shortly. All right.
You ready for me to turn off my screen, or?
Yeah, actually, yes, you can. You can hop off whenever you're ready.
Okay. Goodbye, guys.
Cheers, dude. All right, I'm gonna have to fix a few screen elements here, but I've got
this, guys. Make sure to hit that like button.
Yes, do that
and
too.
30 people in here, and only 40 of you. Come on.
All right. Gonna get into the requests very shortly. Let me fix a few things on screen here.
And it is important to note when I go through these, guys, I'm going to go through them with my systems. Alex usually goes through with his 60-hole system, the Kraken Crypto setup. I use a lower length baseline for my alt positions and stuff like that, usually the 13 EMA. So that's what I'll be going over it with. So me and Alex's analysis will be different, but they're pretty closely correlated.
All right, right on. Let's get into the next few requests. Here we go. I'm gonna.
Do you got my screen up?
Yep, I got you on screen. I've got to fix a couple elements on screen, but I'll do that while you do the first request. Let's get into it. First request this morning was to do with the DeFi tokens. What are your top 3 coins for 2021? We're gonna save that for a little later. Let's get into Ivan X's request. He wants to see WIN USDT.
WIN USDT.
We've been slacking on doing his WIN the last couple shows.
All right. So looking at this system here on the 13 EMA and the 24, it looks like you're really the best signal that you got. I mean, this would have been a killer signal right here. Boom, you got your long signal on January 22nd. You would have entered here about 9,100 sats. Then your first take profit would be sitting over here at about, I mean, you clearly can tell you would have cleared all of these. You would have hit TP1, likely stopped out at break even, and then you get this other wick right here, which would have been a good continuation signal because it's not too far above the 13 EMA. And then you currently would be in a position of, it looks like you'd still be in the position. You'd be out at TP1 50% and letting the rest ride with your stop loss at break even. To me, you have missed this, my friend. You need this to reset. You need it to pull back a little bit more, but the time to be in the position has already passed. So I would say wait on this.
Yeah, if that's on the daily we're looking at, right? On your chart?
That is on the daily.
Right. So it looks like 4 or 5 days ago, that right there would have been your signal.
Oh, yeah.
That
beautiful signal.
Poked up above the baseline, and then the very next candle swept right through 2, almost 3 take profits. So,
oh, yeah.
Congrats.
It would have been a banger trade.
Yeah, it would have been a solid trade.
But it's important to remember that there comes a time when these things have passed you and you no longer have the statistical edge. This tells me that you should be 50% out of the position and with your stop loss at break even, and if it reverses, it reverses. But as for entering it now, nope.
Zoom out a little bit. Let's look at it on the weekly. I'm going to presume he's been in win for a while. Just see kind of, let me get a feel for where we are.
I haven't back tested this system on the weekly too much,
just curious
but you would have got in right here about the 18th of January at around 9,600 sats, and you would have hit TP1 and TP2. So it would have been a banger trade from the weekly.
All right. Hopefully that covers WinX for Ivan X in the live chat. Thank you so much for your request. We will revisit Win likely in the near future because it's getting requested.
I'm sure you'll request it.
Indeed. All right. I do just want to point out S Hyatt muted somebody. Yeah, we're getting a lot of spammers. You know, there's obviously this is unprecedented market conditions. And it's marked by spammers entering
really
the
brings
chat.
The people out of the woodwork.
Guys, don't spam the chat with requests and all that, or whatever this Grizel online was doing. Sorry.
Well, feel free to get your requests in, but don't be shilling or spamming or anything.
Don't over spam the chat. You're gonna get muted and eventually removed. We're very lenient around here, but don't push your luck. Otherwise, you know,
we don't want
to crack that whip. All right, let's get into the next request. This one came from S Hyatt in the live chat. Can you take a look at Serum USD on Binance, please?
Is that SRM?
SRM. Sounds like a ballistic missile program, but okay.
It does. I mean, looking at the weekly, man, this is a beautiful chart. You're about to go into price discovery. What you'd be looking for here on the weekly is for a higher high and a close. Looking at the 24. Looking like yesterday would have been a great continuation long. Considering this would have been a little too overextended. What I would have done was look for a baseline bounce. Usually what I will do is put it to like the top of the wick or the old support. If you went to the old support at the, over here, you would have picked up a nice little position and already be at TP1. This has kind of gone a little too far for you to look to enter today because you should have been in at this level or a little bit lower. So this has passed you. But again, looking at the weekly, this thing could likely go into price discovery. We are coming right up on that right now. So keep an eye on the weekly close. There could be an opportunity here as well. But today, not for me.
Yep, could be poised on the verge of breakout, but you know, we don't usually buy that resistance, guys.
Yeah,
we'll keep
you let it prove it to you that it's breaking out, guys. Like then you buy the pullback.
Alt season is upon us, guys, so something like this SRM trade could very well be a banger heading into the next few weeks and months, but something to keep our eye on. Not something we can probably pull the trigger on just yet.
No, you got to find your edge, guys, and at this point it's too far past gone. If you were taking this, you'd have to at least take it at like 70% less risk or just not at all, find a better trade. There's so many things out there right now that any trader has a good opportunity of finding something better. This is past you. Move on.
S Hyatt just replied saying thank you for SRM. He's in it from Saturday.
There you go. So you should be at least locking in 50% with that stop loss to break even and ride that baby.
Are we looking at the daily right now? Yeah, we are, right? Yes. Okay. So yeah, he got in on it, I guess. Yeah, 3 candles ago.
So that would mean he probably got in around 21st. So yeah, I mean, you should be. You've already hit the TP2, man. So if you hadn't taken any profit, I would suggest taking 50% profit, moving your stop loss to break even. Because what? You probably already snagged a 41% move. Wow. That ain't too shabby, my friend.
Nice move for sure.
Just do that every day. That stuff adds up. I mean, you can see it from my charts and my data that I post to the group. Like, I'm never looking for that moonshot. If it happens, that's amazing. But I'm always just looking for consistent gains over the course of the months, and that'll do you much better.
What better time to make those consistent gains or to milk those?
And this volatility, guys, it's crazy.
In this period, this is a very unique time. Shout outs to everybody who's been here and boarded this party bus. I guess a few months ago, a few years ago. It's hard to say where it began on the ground floor, but. Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is a very special thank you to everybody who was here during the bear market. You know, there's the guys who are just showing up now while we're at a fever pitch.
Trading's so easy. I can make money on anything.
But
there's a reason for that, guys.
But there was the crypto winter that we lived in from 2018 onwards.
That's where I learned how to trade.
Yep, a lot of the people here were with us for that period of time, the OGs in the live chat, basically. So I just wanted to kind of give a very special thank you and shout out to those. You know who you are. You came with us from the trenches. We started from the bottom, and now we're here. Am I right, guys? All right. Next one's from Destined to Reign in the live chat. He requests ICX USDT, please.
ICX.
Everybody else stand by, because I'm doing the oldest request first.
Well, to be honest with you, looking at ICX here, the USDT pair, this would be, I have not tested this system specifically for shorting, but if I was looking at this chart and it wasn't ICX, I would be like, this is a great short signal. This is actually a baseline bounce up to the baseline. If you close below the 13 EMA, which is currently sitting at 0.756, if you were to close that, I would actually think that this would be a great opportunity to short for a short entry on it. I'm not sure if ICX actually has margin or not. Anyway, it depends on where you're trading it. Of course, this is Binance. But looking here at this chart, I would definitely think that you definitely should be looking for short positions rather than long positions. And this baseline bounce is actually a pretty nice sign here. So wait for that. If you do get that shorting opportunity, then you'd want to take it down to about 61.6 for your first TP. But there's a lot of room in here between the 200 EMA and you could very well get a wick that wicks all the way through this stuff. But right now, I would be more bearish on ICX than I would be bullish. You're below all baselines.
All right, trapped below that baseline. ICX, not quite poised for
not poised to the upside here. Look, because you have a rising explosion level which got cut off, but we're also seeing continued momentum. So depending on how today closes, that's why I'm saying if it does close below the 13 EMA, I think that you're likely to see more downside.
All right, let's get into the next one. For everybody who has posted a request in the last 10 to 15 minutes, hang on, because I got to get through the requests that came through the show the first half hour. So,
and you are beginning to get the first take profit long signal on ICX here. And if you come back on the weekly, and if you come back here on the weekly, I mean, look at this one. I mean, this at the very end kind of dumped on you, but still, it's important to remember that this week could end just like this. And I mean, even if you came down to tag the baseline at around like 59, that's still a healthy move. I mean, that you could have that wick to the downside and get bought back up and still be on a bullish path. You just have to be aware of the opportunity cost of getting into these things at the wrong moment.
Yep. All right. Well, if you were in ICX for a few weeks running now, good opportunity.
I mean, we pulled actually quite a bit at it. I think I traded ICX a couple of times this month. Let's see. There's one ICX, only 6.8%. It's one of those ones that hit TP1 and stopped out at break even. I swear we had two of those trades, but to be honest with you, they start all mixing together when you trade this much.
All right, let's.
But for the record, anyone who's new right now, this is what you're looking at my monthly results for January.
Wow.
So I'm just going through to look at to see.
Did I count just 4 losing trades in the month of January?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 losing trades.
4 losing.
Wow.
It was quite the 1, 2,
out of like what, 30
3,
trades?
4. Yep. So
53
trades? Wow. Out of 18. So what's that math? That's 33 trades. So it'd be 29 and 30. 29 out of 33, yeah.
29 out of 33 trades.
So, and then over here you can see week 1 did 19.2%, week 2 did 69.17, week 3 did 102%, and week 4 did 112%, which gave me a total P&L of 303%. Of course, you need to go to the actual journal. Me and Johnny are working on putting this together because we have some kind of a bug right now that is putting in the wrong data for us, because if you see here, suddenly something went wonky here and all of a sudden I'm negative 126 Bitcoin, and that would really suck if that were true. But of course, there's just a few things. This is just a very complex sheet that Johnny, the brilliant man, has created, and there's a few things that we got to get straightened out before we can publish published January, but this was a very good month, and I average about 37. So I'm thinking that this is more like in the 40%, but I'll know that very shortly.
All right, let's keep the ball moving here because we've got quite a few more requests to do. I do want to get most of them done today.
So, what's next beside ICX?
Polly B in the live chat requests WABI would be great for later. WABI, that's a new one to me.
Yep. WABI token?
Yep.
That's new to you?
I guess. I don't know. Kind of doesn't seem like a ticker I could see it come across every day here.
This is one of those ones you just miss, man. Because if you look at here, that big old wick through everything, I just didn't have enough momentum here out of WADA. It's not above my dead zone. You do have a rising explosion level. I like the fact that you have unnatural volume coming in, but this is just one of those ones you miss because WADA was not there. Look at that. That looks like a pump and dump, right? So getting in here would not really be the smartest move from a system standpoint, but that's not what we're here to do. We're here to find the best situations that give us all of the precursors for the back testing that we have done, and this would have been a no entry. Looking at it here, I mean, if you bought anywhere in here yet, you probably are up a little bit, but this wouldn't be a trade for me. Yeah, look at the weekly here. Like that. That's not a very convincing chart, guys.
Gnarly looking wick on that.
See, this would have been a great signal right here. If you look here, let's go here and change Quadrigo back over to long. Boom. You come here, you get a great signal out of here. You get, this is actually everything that you would look for, to be honest with you. You got time transformation crossing above 0. You got WADA Atar above the explosion level, above the dead zone with a rising explosion level, which you see indicated by the black line turning yellow. You're above the 13 EMA and close. This would be a perfect time to take a signal. You take this signal here at the close, which would be 243 sats. Your first take profit would have been at 279, which right here you immediately wick through. Looks like you may have gotten stopped out at break even, but still looking at that trade, you're looking at around an 8% trade just on getting stopped out at break even. So that's not too shabby. But if you see this, there's signs here that not everything's there, so I would have never have taken this trade, and of course now I wouldn't be taking it either. You could play a 3-bar rule on this if you wanted to, but I find that there's so many things out there right now that I kind of just stick to the exact technical of what I want a signal to be and use those, because if you start getting lazy with your rules with all these coins out there, you're going to end up not being very organized, and you're going to start losing and not realize why. You need to know exactly all of the rules that you're using to enter into positions, and don't waver on those, because the more you waver on those, the more inconsistent you'll be, and you won't be able to track it correctly.
All right. You ready to hop into the next one?
Yep.
We got to keep this rolling. We've only got so much time, and we've got a lot of requests I'm sure chat wants to see. This one's comes from GT Mark IV. Can we look at First Majestic? I believe that's yeah, I think it's a gold mining company or a silver mining company. I'll tell you what their ticker is.
Yeah,
right
do you know the ticker?
Their ticker is First Majestic FR. Yes, FR. That's what was being requested earlier as well.
Okay,
it's on the Toronto Stock Exchange under FR.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, but look at that gap up. Like, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole right now, but it does appear that we have broken very historic resistance here. Look at this. Boom. This is a weekly chart. And we have just gapped up like a monster. What I would say to do in this is, I mean, technically you're in price discovery right now. This is a beautiful, I think this is an ascending triangle, like a weekly ascending triangle. Boom. Ascending triangles usually break out at about 70 to 75%. I'm going to tell you that's probably really close to 75% of that pattern. You're getting the break now. The one thing that I would say historically for ascending triangles is you often get throwback. So you're getting the breakout right now. We're in the middle of it. I think that what you should be doing is being patient here. Let it do what it's going to do. Let it peter out wherever it peters out. If it does, because that's the thing, you don't know that as a trader. You can't know that. And now it's already too far gone for you to take a position right now. What you want to do is track this over the next few days, weeks, to see what kind of support we get. And if we hold above this historic line of this ascending triangle, that would be the moment to get into this, because this does look great. You just got to be patient, guys. You got earnings coming out here in what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 12 days. So, I mean, anything could happen from here. But in the terms of a positional setup, I wouldn't touch anything with this. I would wait longer for it to prove to me what it's going to do, because buying this right now could really get you burned. Just got to stay patient. But this does look great. This looks like a great pattern. You've just missed it here. If you were in anywhere here, then you should be already locking in profit and then just let this baby go.
All right, let's head into the next one. It appears that the miners, the companies mining this metals, looking to capitalize on what could be an epic silver run in the 2020s.
I think we're gonna have a lot of different things. This is gonna be an economic year that has unprecedented consequences on the future of the way that we run things. I think that this GameStop business and everything is a much bigger thing than people realize yet.
All right, the great reset, here we come. All right, my guys, so let's get into the next request. Got quite a few more to knock out. Here's an important one. Across Canada, and I'm sure a few others, requesting Ethereum. He says, any suggestions for Ethereum? I think I saw somebody earlier in the chat ask, could I get an Ethereum long entry here? What are your thoughts on Ethereum, Alex or Jason?
Well, here's the thing. I'm with Alex in his position. He took a short position on Ethereum. I did not. I don't like I said, right now with what we're doing in the market, we're kind of going sideways, and I would really like it to prove to me what it's going to do. I got a little hesitant in my hedge position because I know from here, if we do decide to explode to the upside, I do not want to be caught hedge short, because I like my Bitcoin. I wouldn't lose any USD value, but I like my Bitcoin. I want to make sure I keep as much of my Bitcoin as I can. And I think that right now, this is the best time to kind of sit on your hands and wait. But looking at Ethereum on the daily here, one could say that this is a good continuation signal. And you've actually gotten 2 of them in a row, but you haven't hit ATPs on it. So this last continuation long, you do not need Wadatar explosion for a continuation. Technically, if you're looking at this and you are in this continuation long trade, you would still be in it, considering price has not closed below the 13 EMA yet. Today would be something that you'd be looking at as well, because if we close below here, then I think that Ethereum's finally going to break to the downside, much like Alex's position has. But if we don't, there's a good chance that we power straight through this. And from this continuation long, you'd be sitting at the first take profit of 1537, second take profit of 1694 and 1852. I just, looking at these patterns and the way that they're holding their support, it makes me nervous to be in a short position. I understand the position that Alex took, considering he was taking the 60 whole right here. But he also uses time transformation. That's why he took this short position. I did not take that position myself, but me and Alex are different traders and we trade differently. I don't necessarily disagree with his position, but I want to be proven wrong first. And I think the best move right now, for me at least, would be sit on the sidelines and wait for something to prove itself. But if you were looking to get into an Ethereum position, I think if you get a good daily close today, I think it wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to take this position. But like I said, you got to wait for the daily close, because this could close well under the 13, and everything I just said is null. And we do seem to be getting some bearish divergence on higher time frames. It's just whether this thing breaks to the downside or the upside is what we have to wait for now.
Yeah, very tough to call on that one. Seems to be riding the line. Alex,
this is when you need to be the most cautious you've ever been, because there's a bunch of money coming into the markets. Things are getting a little wacky, and when we go sideways for a little bit of time, people start flip-flopping on their positions, chop themselves up, and then just get destroyed by whatever market move we get, because they're so indecisive that they just keep flipping. You need to be absolutely sure in everything that you do as soon as you take it, and be willing to be wrong if it goes against you, and not flip on your positions back and forth, because you will get eaten alive.
Yep, that or just stand by and wait for a more clear
no trade
signal.
is a trade too, guys.
Yep. but I can understand why right now people feel the breakout is imminent. And
that's kind of what stresses me out a little bit, is that like you can kind of feel it in the air, man. Like the sentiment of all these new people coming in, just thinking that all they have to do is put their money in and make a ton of money. Like it's a weird feeling in the market right now.
Well, hopefully they can keep bringing those stimmy checks to the table. We need those stimmy checks on the table, guys. Let's
Get
pump.
them stimmies.
An endless pump to come for the markets with retail.
The infinity pump.
Yes, the infinity pump. It's not the pool, it's the pump, guys, but kind of works in a similar fashion. Let's keep
Respect
going.
the pump.
Let's keep rolling. All right, that was Ethereum. Thank you to everybody who requested Ethereum. We got quite a few more left to do. Let's get them out of the way. So this one's about ZIL. Jose Alves, one of our channel supporters, asks for ZIL USDT. And Fullerine 206 says, what are your thoughts on ZIL for a good entry point? So let's do a ZIL general recap. To
be honest
entries.
with you, looking at ZIL here, and this is probably just because I didn't trade over the weekend, but an entry on, wait 1 second, sorry. 0.82. Stop calling me government. They're listening. Let's see here. What would this take profit have been? 0.826 high. 0.82. Oh, no, so you did not hit it. So this is a great long signal for this type of system. I love the sideways action. One could argue that we do have an inverse head and shoulders in here. But this signal right here, you get it right above the 13. You get your pullback to the baseline, and then you reopen. If we close anything like this, I think that taking this position up to TP1 of 0.0826 would be a good idea. Depending on my scan today, if nothing else pops up, this would be something I would take. So taking ZIL up to 0.0826 with the stop loss of 0.0587, I think that would be a good trade, to be honest with you. If you get this close, I want this to close and prove that it's actually gaining support rather than dwindling out. But you actually see that coming in with the momentum out of Guadalajara. So wait until close, but ZIL actually looks pretty good here. It might be one that I take myself.
All right, I got to quickly answer this question. I was going to type it out, but gave me a perfect opportunity just to speak it out loud. Jeff in the live chat says the Majestic, what was it? The First Majestic CEO owns 50% of shares, so the short squeeze could happen? Don't think that's unless
that's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
He's not over leveraging shares to go short. Like,
well, we don't know one way or the other for sure, but I'm going to go ahead and guess that he is not overly leveraged his own shares to the short side. So the only way you're going to squeeze someone short is if you are familiar.
They're
with,
overexposed.
Yeah, if they're overly.
That was the whole problem with GameStop. They were 140% overexposed on a company, like short on a company, which they didn't realize that people. I'm not going to get too much into that, but a lot of people don't realize that this shit happens all the time with big hedge funds. They just short things into the ground and make a bunch of money. This was just one of the times that they got lazy and someone saw it. That's it. This was bound to happen somewhere, and it's finally starting to happen. And with them shutting off the market, they kind of unveiled the smokescreen of the free market, that it's not a free market, man. Someone has control of this.
All right, let's get into the next one. Thank you for the ZIL requests from channel supporter Alves and Fullerine 206. Let's keep rolling. We've got a few more to do. This one comes from Leto Babel in the live chat, requesting BAL, RLC, and EOS, all three of those. So I don't know if let's do these rapid fire. BAL.
Yep. Looks like. BAL would have had you in about the 28th of January. You would now be you'd probably be stopped out at break even right now. So I would be out of this trade. You're also getting a take profit long signal today. So if I was in it and didn't get stopped out, I would still be taking it. Of course, you need to wait till close, because with the way that you're seeing this rising explosion level, more momentum coming in, this actually likely could be the same situation as what you're looking like with ZIL. And if this does decide to press up right now, that TP long, take profit long, will be gone. So if you're not in this already, I think there's better opportunities out there. because you should have been right here and you should have already hit and take profit 1, and that's something that I don't do. Like if my signal just gave me a signal, hit TP1, then I just walk away from it and go find something else because I've missed it. This is the difference between investment and trading capital. I'm trying to be in and out very quickly, and I've already lost my edge because we've already swept the signal that I've been designing. So getting in now would be silly for me.
That's right, guys. One of the number one lessons I have learned here in my many years at CC is the way of the crypto ninja. Okay, this is a unique form of.
You got to be in and out, man, because every moment that you're in the market longer than you need to be, you're paying funding, you have opportunity costs, you have just more likelihood of something going against you. So I like to be in and out as quickly as possible with my trading capital.
Don't marry those bags, guys. You do have to have objective.
You have to have a rule set, guys, because if you're not following a rule set, then how can you ever improve what you're doing? Because you're constantly guessing at that point.
Yep. Be like the ninja guys. Be like our expert traders. Don't marry
Be yourself,
your bags.
but have some rules. Discipline is the only thing that will make you good at this. I promise.
Don't be afraid to get out of losing positions, but of course, approach everything, including exits, objectively, guys.
Well, and that's kind of what it's. I personally, I'm very proud of my last 6 months results, and I understand from someone else looking in that out of 33 trades, you only had 4 bad trades. I'm like, that's incredible, man. Like, that actually makes me nervous because I follow my rules so strictly, but I understand that those stats kind of are ridiculous right now, but they are doable, and I can prove it to you. Like,
well, it's because we're capitalizing on a epic bull market, guys. And
this volatility is great, man. I mean, we're seeing money just flow in, and if you are being strategic and smart, this is one of the best opportunities of all time.
You want to have your skills honed. You want to have spent enough time in the Jedi Academy, training your force powers to approach this market in a way that you capitalize and don't get wrecked during what could be a once in a lifetime, once in a 4-year.
Oh, I don't think there's ever going to be another time in history like this to see such a wealth transfer. I forget who said this, but there was a quote that said this is going to be the best and most opportune time for the middle class with relatively little capital to transcend wealth gaps. This will be the best opportunity that's ever arisen in the free market.
Let's keep it rolling, though, just because we got so many more left to do. I'm not even sure if we'll be able to get all these done. And Foolerine in the live chat said, thanks, been struggling with where to set my stop. All right.
Well, then this would be a great moment to point out what Quadriga is. Like,
hold on,
my chart right now.
I don't know if we can go into all that just because we got so many requests I still got to do. We really got to stay on topic. Sorry, Jason and Foolerine.
I can go longer than 2. I'm not Alex.
I know, but I might have to dip at exactly 3.
What's the next one?
Let's keep it rolling. Next one was RLC. Let's do RLC.
Well, here's the thing on this. This is going sideways. There's no good signal here. It does appear to be a nice ascending triangle, though. I am a big fan of ascending triangles. They usually play out pretty well. So, boom. That's actually pretty textbook, guys. So, I do believe that looking at this, you don't have a signal, though. That's the kind of the shitty part about it is if you did get momentum, but look at this, you actually got, well, it's a pretty big downscale. Never mind, it's just green with a red outline. So you had WADA just way too red, momentum to the downside here to take this long signal. You are pressing back up now, but I couldn't take this from my system. But based off of this ascending triangle, you likely could, if this works out, you take a measured move of the largest part, and you're probably looking about around 1.83. If this becomes a textbook ascending triangle, that's what you would be looking for a take profit. But again, that's just trading it a different way. I'd systems trade now, and this gave me nothing, so I would do nothing with RLC here.
All right, let's keep it moving. Next one is EOS, I believe, and I did see a few. I see, where was it? I think I saw Mr. Ether say, "Oh no, EOS pulled back hard." Yes, let's see what EOS did. Pull EOS up, and maybe tell them about the successful trade we had on EOS last night. I know I took a similar signal. I kind of drafted on my own.
Well, this is what convinced me, because I was talking to you, and I went back and looked at this signal. And this isn't the strongest signal, but this is still a good signal. Yeah, the WADA isn't completely green, but it is above the dead zone. It gives you everything that you need. Time transfer comes up here. 13 EMA. I believe I traded it from, I think, something like 272. And with my first take profit at, well, I was following along with this, so it's 296. I believe yours was somewhere in a similar area, Jack?
My first take profit or my entry?
Yeah. We don't your take profit. But anyway, so we did come back down here and stop out at break even. Then we got this large pump, which seems to be getting sold into very hard.
I just wish I closed out all my profit when I went to bed yesterday, but I got greedy. I thought we were going to go even higher, but I hit my TP1.
It seems to be the story of everyone.
I had a dramatically over-leveraged position. Yes, I degen along the EOS.
Come on, Jack.
So my TP1.
What the hell are we talking about out here?
My TP1. You know what, dude? It was like revenge trading. It was vengeance. I hate.
You know
EOS
not to
bags.
do that.
I hate my EOS bags at this point. So I was like, you know what? EOS is going to make money for a change. Let's take my whole EOS bag, leverage it really long, and fingers crossed it pays off.
Well, I'm just glad it didn't. I'm glad it didn't end up screwing it. So you ended up hitting TP1 and then stopping out at break even.
Yeah, I had like 30% risk on the table, so I would have lost a third of my EOS bag, but that's okay. I hit TP1, made a small stack. I'm happy. Let's hit the next EOS trade.
It does appear that we're getting some sinister price absorption here. On the daily for EOS, like you said, me and Jack were in it. We're out now. We seized that opportunity. It's gone. So now what you need to do is just let things reset, see where price ends up holding. But for EOS right now, I'd say do nothing.
All right, had to reply to Udit Doobie in the live chat requesting some kind of books. He wants books donated to him. No bookworms. You request another book.
We do have a book club, Jack.
No, this one I think is just,
we just
one
read
of the
one
many
book,
spammers that are coming through our.
I want books. I don't have money. Well,
yes.
Go get yourself some cans.
Indeed.
Make a couple $100, and then come back and we'll try to build some.
Knock it off, or I will ban you promptly. I'm sorry. We're usually quite lenient around here. I don't really ban anybody, but we know
nothing usually triggers Jack. So we're
getting an epic amount of spammers and stuff come through the chat. So I am going to have to turn off all safety locks and disengage the space shuttle here. All right, let's keep moving, guys. We've got quite a few requests I really need to knock out. Jeff as well as Crypto Bull both talking about cake. Crypto Bull says, can we look at cake BNB and cake BUSD if possible? All right, we got to look at the Binance pairs for cake.
Do I have to? They don't have any.
You don't.
Oh, wait, they do.
Just search cake, see if any Binance ones.
It's
comes
BUSDT.
Yes,
but,
correct. Let's look at this one.
Well, I mean, it's just you're in price discovery technically right now, so this is way too overextended for any kind of a move, to be honest with you. Even this continuation long, I would say that would have to be at least 0.5% risk, and I would actually want a baseline bounce, which tells me that this candle is probably going to be sold into to get your baseline bounce. So don't touch this. This is not going to be something I would be interested in taking here. It absolutely could keep pressing to the upside because, like I said, we are very close, if not already in price discovery on this. So, like, this is when the volatile moves come. So taking this at this spot would not do you good. And if it did, that's great that it worked out. But you have to think about these things over the long term. If you allow yourself to keep doing stuff like that, statistically, inevitably, you will be crushed. So just getting lucky on one of these things is not the way to do it. It's the way to follow a true system and know when your opportune entries are. And right here, cake is way too far.
All right. Well, that's cake. Gone a little too far.
BNB?
We don't chase that. No, it was the BNB. It was the BNB.
Oh, you wanted the BNB pair. Okay.
Yeah, cake BNB.
I guarantee it's going to end up looking like the same thing. Actually, might look a little bit weaker because Binance actually has been looking pretty good.
Right.
Yeah, you're getting the continuation long today. This actually would have been a good continuation long right here, and you would have already sweeped all three take profits. So congratulations to anyone who did that. But this is, again, too high of a continuation long for me to take a full risk position. If I was going to, I would put my buy-in probably around like 0.04, 05, and then with a super tight stop loss at 0.0377, because if you did take this here at half risk, you would still be in that trade up to there. So snagging it down here might give you a little bit better entry, but again, I think there's better things out there right now. This is I think this is a little bit of hopium that this just straight up continues constantly. Look at the chart. I mean, it's been doing pretty well for a while. It wouldn't be ridiculous for this thing to have a pullback, but at the same time, we're in price discovery, so I wouldn't touch it.
All right, that would do it. Let's get into the next one, shall we? This one comes from Seek Urban. Tough name. Is that Hungarian? What is that? Can't tell.
I don't know what that ticker is.
Should I leave XRP on YM account or sell it? What does YM ACC mean? YM. Oh, maybe he means my account. Yeah, he must have. He must have mean my account, or sell it. All right, so let's take a quick look at XRP. What should he do with Ripple?
Get out of it.
Get out.
Get out of here. What are you doing? Get the tether. Look at that. Come on, guys.
Sold into hard.
What, well, you want to buy it now? Like, but look at this. Here's the thing. I was talking to you the other night, and I'm like, dude, I hate to say it, but XRP is a long right now. But I wasn't going to trade over the weekend. And look at this. It would have just been a banger. You would have been in at the close is 28 cents, 28, 29. Your TPs would be 31, 35, and 38. You would have just cleaned up. Hopefully you had some kind of a trailing stop on, because you would have at least made probably that 50%. But there's nothing to do here, guys. There's way too much volatility. Look at this price absorption. This looks like an exit scam to me, depending on what we get out of the next 4 hours of the day. Let's look at this 4-hour close just to see. That looks like garbage, guys. And you haven't even came back down to test the 200 EMA yet. So with the volatility that you got out of Ripple, I think it's likely to see that you get even more pullback here. So if you're in it, I would not be in it. You're getting a full-on short signal on the 4-hour with the 13 EMA. That's also one of the ones that I do use, the 4-hour, the 12, and the 24. I utilize the 13 EMA, and this would be a full-on short signal. So, and you have 12 minutes till this closes. So this is pretty much going to be a guaranteed short signal, in my opinion. Yep. I'm not going to be taking this because this volatility can just knock you out. But if you want to take a 1%, 0.5% risk trade on your account, I don't think that's silly. With your first take profit on this short being around 30 cents.
Yep. Excuse me. Proceed with caution on XRP, guys.
Here's the thing, guys. It happened already. The big giant pump everyone was talking about, it's happening. It happened already. But now people that are in who don't know what they're doing think that, oh, well, no, this is just a pullback. It'll be fine. It's going to keep going up. And then you're going to have a bunch of people riding bags to the ground so big money can sell on them. That's how this works.
Yes, well said. Proceed with caution, guys. XRP is dangerous right now. I could still see another pump forming before the another massive red candle gets formed. So
yeah, with this type of volatility, anything can happen, guys.
Yeah, if you see another pump forming, I would advise do not FOMO into that. If you're one of the XRP
I see another
guys,
dump forming.
Yep, that do too. But I do see in terms of a bit of a pump first that's going to form another massive wick. So don't buy any FOMO. What might look like a breakout in XRP, because it's probably going to end.
Well,
in
I
tears.
think the important thing is why do people get excited to get into things? Like, why do people feel like they're missing out?
Because they think XRP is going to the moon, bro. XRP
is going to do big things. I think
great.
It's because they want to make a lot of money. That's it. They're thinking about how much money. They probably don't even know what XRP is. Like they're just like, oh, if this thing goes to the moon, I'm gonna miss out if I don't get in now.
I think one of the sentiments I've seen is that their great reset is coming, guys, and XRP is going to power it. So I think a lot of people are waiting for the bottom to fall out and the XRP to take over the world. But that remains to be seen. Proceed with caution. That's the XRP analysis. How much time we got? We got about 10 minutes left in the show, and I still got a lot.
By the time you hear something in the news, it's over.
All right, let's get into the next one. Subtext requested Ethereum USD earlier as well, which we did already, but also Doge USD. So quickly, let's dive into Doge, XRP, and Doge back to back. These two coins seem appropriate to TA.
Well, oddly enough, Doge here, kind of funny. This would be nothing I take advantage of, but you are coming here and putting in a little bit of pennant activity. Could have a 3-bar reversal play here, but you're getting a take profit long on the daily. So if it closes anything like this, you should be out of it. But the way it's shaping up, I mean, you could definitely see that it's holding some support here. This is a nice little pennant here forming so far. You don't know whether this is actually going to come to fruition or not, but you did get a nice continuation long on the 12-hour here. So there might be something to Doge here, but on the daily, nothing. You got to take profit long, and if you got to take profit long on the 24 as well as a long signal on the 12, I would say that you are pretty what's the word I'm looking for? You are at a moment of indecision, and anything could happen. So the 24-hour would suggest to me that I stay out of it. Let it prove to me that it's going to do it. These things are going to move constantly, guys. You don't never feel like you're missing out, because you're going to find out, especially anyone who's done this a long period of time.
Doge had its day, guys. I would proceed with caution here. This is another one that the pump and the dump and the activity, the attention span on the internet is super short, guys. So while Doji was the top of everybody's mind on Friday into the weekend, it's a meme coin. And is this meme subsiding? It's tough to say. Everybody who piled in might have already piled in, but be extremely careful, guys. These coins, you know, highly speculative. On an already speculative market, this is already... Yeah, go on.
Looking at the 4-hour here for subtextually, funny thing about this is I think that you're about to... So you get in the cross under here. This was a legit 4-hour signal, but again, you're dealing with a very low sat coin that this... my 4-hour has not been back tested on Doge specifically, but I know what to look for. This would have been a good signal, but if this closes anywhere below 0.0359, then that would be an early exit signal for your 4-hour position. So you're actually, if you were in this, you're down a little bit, and if it closes, you should be getting out of it. This is actually a bearish sign, because look at your time transformation crossing over here on the 4-hour. You're likely to get some volatility to the downside here, I think. I wouldn't be taking a position on Doge.
All right, that's the Doge request. I'd take a little more time on Doge, but we got so many more requests to cover in the last 5 minutes that what can I do? I got to keep going. This one's about XRP. In SRB says, I was screwed by XRP so hard last time in December when CS started the lawsuit. I think it means SEC. I bought it in at 51 cents and sold at 21 cents, and then went into XRP bull. All in all, instead of $14,000, I now have $400. Oof. Maybe he was leveraged into XRP, and that's how he got smoked so bad. Well, my condolences to in SRB of the live chat.
Totally understand, man. It sucks, but those are the lessons that most people have to learn in order to really take this seriously.
Yep.
And that's part of the reason why we do what we do, because I really want to be able to help people not have to make those mistakes. Any way that we can kind of press them away from taking over leveraged positions or putting on too much risk. But unfortunately, one of the things about this game is a lot of people don't learn unless they've made a really bad mistake.
That's definitely the case. But yeah, let's leave an X in the live chat for NSRB, who got smoked, went from $14,000 to $400 because they went all in on XRP at 51 cents, and then the SEC news landed, and then it went down to 21 cents. So even though it was down a little over 50%, he somehow managed to get completely smoked. Oof.
Well, it sounds like you probably flip-flopped a few times on your position, and then you started using too much leverage, and then you just got drained.
Whatever the circumstances, it's a salient lesson for everyone here. Be extremely careful, guys. And XRP,
you've come to the right place.
XRP has had some wild volatility, guys. What other coins can you think of in the last few months that have gone up and down 50% repeatedly the way XRP has? Not quite in the fashion of XRP. I think XRP has been a really unique.
You got like Doge, BTS. Look at the here was a trade that we caught. SNGLS over the weekend. Look at that wick. Like I caught 50% out of that wick, and this is when we got it. This is what I got in. Just a perfect long signal on SNGL, and then these wicks, man. If you know what you're doing, you can ride these wicks out beautifully. Pulled 50% out of that, completely retraced. We're out of it. We'd be getting a take profit long today. Doesn't matter.
All right, Wick.
That's how you ninja in and out.
Wick game proper. Let's keep it rolling. Next one has to do with VET VeChain. I want to trade VET USDT, so can you analyze it? Says Destined Terrain. And Pablo Gutierrez says, what are your opinions on VET? It looks like it touched the bottom and now is going up like a crazy house. All right, what's VET up to?
This is going to be one of these signals. I've seen so many of them in my past. You're likely to get a little bit more pressure out of VET here. You need to wait till the daily close. Today would not be anything you would do anything because you're likely to get a pullback here. Tomorrow's signal with this volatility, tomorrow's daily candle is going to be probably a long signal. That's the moment that you need to be looking for your volatility, your momentum. I think that tomorrow's the day to watch VET. Sit on your hands for now. Wait for it to present itself a good opportunity. Then take advantage. But you got to be patient with that.
Not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. But all right. Thank you for the request, Pablo Gutierrez and Destined Terrain. Wish we could spend a little more time on VET, but we've only got a few minutes left, and I got to get through these requests. Here we go. Next one. There's this ticker WSB0326, Wall Street Bets 0326. Is this the Wall Street Bets on FTX index? Is that what this is?
I'm not sure.
Go into trading.
I'd assume I'd have to do that on ChartX, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think so. FTX. You want to check that out?
What's the ticker?
Should be WSB0326. 0326.
Okay.
Is this? Yeah, it's on FTX. That's what I thought. It's the FTX.
Well,
index.
There's just not enough data on this, guys. Like it could go up, it could go down. I mean, you're forming a little bit of support here, but there's just no data. I mean, even looking at this, I would suggest that you probably have more downside. But again, nothing to do here. You just need more data. And if you were looking at it on the hourly, you'd be in a short signal right now. So just need more data. I think that you're likely to come down here and press this lower level of support. Yeah. This looks weak, guys. I bet you're getting a 4-hour short signal here soon, too. Yeah. See, caught up on the 4-hour, so there's nothing I can do at all. Yep. But this will be an interesting one to keep my eye on, though, because I am interested as things like this start to come into the market and stuff.
Yep. Now, in case anybody was unclear about what this is, yes, this is the Wall Street Bets Index available on FTX. So you can go freely trade this. And if you want to bet long on this Wall Street Bets phenomenon and anything that I think this is a basket of coins like GME, AMC, Nokia, and others. But this is the one you want to consider going long on if you think this is not over yet. But something tells me it's run its course. The meme magic only has so much gas in the tank, and apparently it might be running dry here. But we'll keep that in mind. Let's see here. Next one is, okay, we looked at First Majestic. Shoutouts to Jeff. Kadeen Ortiz requested a lot of different coins here. I'm not sure if we can do them all. Let's try to get them done. Caden Ortiz says, what is your take on Cardano, Dot, Stellar, Bat, and Tron? I don't know if you want to do
Cardano.
All those. Let's take a look at ADA real quick.
Not a very good signal on here. That I wouldn't have been able to take this signal on Cardano, but I will be honest with you. I like the looks of this chart. It does appear that we're getting some good support here. A nice little like we're building a nice shelf here. This would be, I would call this an ascending triangle with a breakout with throwback, and then we're getting support that's holding here. This actually does look strong, but in the terms of a signal, I can't take it. I would have to wait. We're about to get a cross under on Minx here, but this does look kind of a similar case to like ZIL. I think that you might get a little bit more continuation out of this. So nothing to do here from a trading sense, but I do think that ADA looks strong. What was next? XLM? Jack, you there?
Sorry. I had to answer the phone real quick.
You said Cardano,
Dot,
XLM?
Yeah, Cardano, Dot, XLM. Don't have to do them all, but maybe look at, for sure, look at Stellar. It seems Stellar was one of the favorites in the general chat this weekend.
Depending on what you get out of today, you actually might get a full short signal on Dot. We are kind of petering out here sideways. Momentum is starting to fall. You are seeing your explosion level fall to where we're getting a very tight Bollinger Band, which means that we're likely to see volatility, a high volatility, either to the upside or downside. There's no way of knowing that for sure. But based off of this chart right here, wait for the daily close. If it closes above the baseline, this is all invalidated. You still sit on your hands and do nothing. But there's a chance at close that you actually do get a full short signal on DOT. So wait till the daily close. And if you get all the things that you need, DOT's a full short. But again, with the shelf that it's building, it has a possibility of reversing and going to the upside here. That's why I would wait till close to see if you have a full signal and then take it. Because if it closes above the baseline, which is super close to where it is already, 16.19, and we're sitting at 16.03, that's not a ridiculous movement for that to get above that before close and invalidate that position, because then you'd be stuck in a short position you don't want to be in.
All
XLM.
right. Yep, let's do XLM.
24 hours on XLM. Okay, another similar situation as the last one in that, in that it's just not a good signal. It actually could be close, considering that I'm surprised that WADA actually ended up being green on this signal, but it also closed negative. So I would, looking at that chart, taking it back when it came the day before on bar replay, I would have had to take it. So this is what I would have been looking at on the charts for that day, and I would have not taken this trade, but it would have worked out. So if you look at it, boom, you wicked right back up through. We would hit TP1 and then stop out at break even. Right now, there's nothing to do with XLM. It's already passed. This wasn't a good signal. It's important to remember, not every signal is going to be a good signal. You're just looking for the ones that best fit your system. And XLM would not have fit my a full position.
All right.
But I mean, it does look like it could have some strength here. I would watch these wicks. If you keep seeing more price absorption like this, then you might get more play to the downside. But right now, I think it's like the rest of them. You need to sit on your hands.
Yep, moment of indecision in the market seems to apply to most of the coins we're looking at, guys. If you want to know which trades we're actually end up executing, you're going to have to follow us on premium.krakencryptocurrency.com. Get access to all our analysts' primo signals. I meant to say primo, somehow premium. Got mashed up in there. All right. Justin Dulay in the live chat says Stellar to the moon. Yeah, I'm going to tell you this much. Stellar seems to be one of the fan favorites in the general
Stellar
chat.
Project.
I think now that people are giving up on XRP, some of that XRP energy is moving over to Stellar.
Well, that's kind of one thing that I thought about as well, because you hear about this meme on XRP and stuff like that, like, oh, make sure to be in on February 1st. We're gonna see the big old pump, and that probably is what we just saw. But I'd be curious to see if we actually start seeing a higher valuation of XLM, because some of these people might just be dumping their XRP bags into XLM.
Yes, could very well be the case. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to head into the overtime segment. I might have to cut it off early. I got a phone call I might have to deal with any minute now, but I'm gonna try to get as many of these requests out of the way as we can. Finally. All right, I still have a handful of them left. I'm going to try and move what I think are important ones up. So this one comes from Jürgen Ernst. Uni still look weak to you guys? How does Uni look to you?
That is the exact opposite of weak, my friend. Right now, it's another continuation long signal, which I would not have taken because, like I said, this was too far above the baseline. You would look to try to score a baseline bounce. Looks like that's all you're getting right now, so I would have likely missed this, but this pattern does look very strong right now. Uni, as well as the other DeFis right now, they look unstoppable right now. There's nothing to do that would keep you out of this trade. I wouldn't have taken this just because of the overextension of the baseline. That puts me a little bit too much at risk for the way I like to trade. But looking at this right now, if you get a close anything like this on the daily, this is likely to have continuation to the upside. DeFi looks great, guys.
Yep, Jürgen Ernst asking if it looks weak. Unfortunately, it does not look weak. In fact, it looks quite strong. I sold some of my Uni around here.
And you bought yourself something nice.
Yeah,
so
yep, exactly.
That's a win.
So life is good, guys. Sometimes you do have to take profits, and But
No, you have
I'm
to
glad.
take profits.
Let's just say I'm glad I still got half my uni bag in play, because yes, we are potentially in the middle of a massive bull cycle, and some of these top DeFi coins will be benefiting. All right, let's see what else we have here. I did promise blockchain gains in the live chat. We would do IDEX. Let's take a quick look at IDEX.
Is that Ideonomics on the Nasdaq?
Let me take a quick look. It might
Or
be
is it IDEX BTC?
It might be IDEX. Let's just take a look.
Is he talking about crypto sense?
Yes, and I think it's a Uniswap coin. Let me just double check. No, it's on Binance. Yes, check out IDEX BUSD.
Well, here's another example of just one that got away from us, because look at that wick continuation long from yesterday. Again, way too high to take a full risk position. If you wanted to, you could have thrown it down to the last level of support, which you do see that it wicked back down. This looks strong for continuation as well, but I wouldn't be in it. And let's look at the weekly.
It seems kind of far gone.
It is, and I mean, this weekly signal actually doesn't look too bad, but it's a very little amount of data. So, I mean, if you were a bet man and you liked the project a lot, this would be more of an investment trade than anything to me that you could just. But it's a little far past gone, but you still have quite a bit of growth.
But better than buying the top of what was.
Yeah, exactly. And looking at
week.
this, it makes you wonder if this was just the pump to get the retracement it needed, and then it's going to keep selling off. You just don't know.
All right. Well, I'm going to cut you off early because it was actually the stock that he wanted to look at, not IDEX.
That's fine.
But go figure. IDEX also looking pretty strong. Ideonomics.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like.
Yeah, both. Let's see Ideonomics here.
I mean, I do like this stair-stepping behavior. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, you got a great level of support here. You have not gotten any signal here. This would have been a good signal. I would have looked for the baseline bounce on it, and you would have got it right here. And you also would have hit TP1. So depending on what you're doing, you should be either taking profit on this signal, or you're probably out of it from stopping on a break even. But the way that this has, well, not quite made a higher high yet, but if this makes a higher high, I think that it's likely that you continue to the upside here. And not quite in price discovery, but you see in the past, these levels are super important. So I do think that even a test of these top support levels wouldn't be outside the norm of possibility. So it's something to keep an eye on. But as for a signal on the daily, there's nothing here for me.
All right, we're
running. Looks strong though. You got a rising explosion level with continued rising momentum. It does appear that you might continue to see more upside on this.
Yeah, it does look like a pretty strong trend currently underway over on Ideonomics. Interesting. All right, this one, Alex Schultz. I'm sorry it took so long. I saw you request this quite a few times in the live chat today. Sorry it took so long to get to it. He requests Sol and OEG. So.
We did Sol earlier, I thought.
All right, we did Solana.
I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Let's look at it again. Got a good continuation long the other day, 2 days ago, which I mean you'd already hit TP1, and likely that you got stopped out at break even already. But looking at this signal and the way that it's going right now, this does appear to have the exact same characteristics as most of the other ones that are going into price discovery right now. And if you look at this, if you get a close above this old resistance, I think it's all hands on deck for Sol. I think that you might have found yourself a great position here in terms of the weekly. I think you'll likely get continuation to the upside. So anyone holding it's probably going to enjoy that. But as for me on a day trade, there's nothing here for me.
Yeah, it's
I
a little far gone for us to enter now. But yes, congrats if you're in Sol. Looks super strong. Let's hope this.
Yeah, that's exciting. I mean, looking at this chart, like who wouldn't be a little excited as someone who charts things and trades charts? This is on its way to price discovery right now. A lot
of these coins are looking like they're poised for a blue sky breakout. But
I mean, here's the thing, guys. I have not said the word price discovery so many goddamn times in my life. But for like the last 3 weeks, like it's because it's becoming the trend, man. Like there's a lot of different things that are starting to pop off here.
Yep, if we do break this to the upside on several of these coins that have a similar chart as Sol that we're looking at right now, it's gonna look wild when this thing, when a lot of these coins.
I'll bring this up.
It's gonna be like 17 all over again, guys. It's gonna be very exciting.
I mean, look at Sushi. Sushi just flying right now, boys. Going into price discovery the same way. 1 inch is another one that is a DeFi one that I'm in. but it had such a long wick to the downside at the beginning. It doesn't appear to be, but actually it's on Binance. Never mind. I usually look at it out of ChartX. This is in price discovery, guys. This is clearly price discovery, closing above, and it just keeps going. 1 inch, SUSHI, all these DeFi coins are looking great, guys. DeFi is the place to be right now, in my opinion.
Yep, the DeFi meme continues. We're part of.
Okay, you said Sol and what else?
The other one was OEG.
OEG.
Yes.
UST.
Seemingly, we're in the middle of a meme fractal, guys. So on the macro scale, I see.
Are they talking about the stock OEG?
Let me take a quick look here. OEG stock. Yes, let's take a look at this OEG stock. That's Orbital Energy Group.
It's interesting chart. Nothing to do here on the daily. You already should be out. This beautiful take continuation along here would have just gapped you up past all 3 take profits. And if you had anything left, you should have exited here at the take profit long. You see the dwindling WADA, which means momentum is dying out. You still have a rising explosion level, which to me, after the take profit long, you're likely to see another, possibly even a gap fill down to here. This would be nothing I would be interested in on the daily right now. But if you were in it from anywhere from here, man, great trade.
All right. Well, another banger under Alex's belt. Good job, Mr. Alex Schultz in the live chat. GB Professor Wally just showed up saying, "Sup fools." Nice to see you, Wally. Showed up right at the end.
Sup, fool?
Anybody who's tuning in super late, if you missed any of the earlier charts, any earlier analysis, we're going to have the timestamps up after the show. So just refresh the video after maybe 15 to 30 minutes after the show. Should be fully timestamped. Easily retrieve all the charts we looked at today. Finally, I've got a few more requests left. I still have a little overtime left. Maybe let's do a couple more. But I might get a call any minute that I have to take. And at that point, I will be probably abruptly ending the stream. So gonna do my little outro. Shout out to everyone here. Thank you to everybody, obviously, who joined us today. We're gonna run a little more overtime in, so it's not up yet, but just wanted to preemptively say goodbye to everybody. It's been a great Monday. Hope everybody has a great week, had a great weekend, and gonna go into a great trading week ahead. You know where to find us, premium.krakencryptocurrency.com, if you want to cover and follow any of these trades. Jason,
you have complete access to it. I mean, you guys have a live tracking sheet that you can hook up to all of my live trades, all of my past closed trades of the month. Me and Alex have been working on recently getting this squared away. We're in the middle of a transition from Google Sheets away, so it's been a real big hassle, but we're working on getting those to where everyone has access to them instantly who is part of the premium group, so that you always know what positions we are in.
Yeah, a lot of work happening under the surface, guys, behind the scenes. A big part of what we do is we track and account for everything. You can't really make successful decisions if you don't have good data. Part of getting good data in is having experts like Johnny go over and build out much of what we do that accounts for all these things in the background. But yes, discipline from our traders is super important too. These guys have to be diligent and keep every last detail. And this is a very complex market. It seems simple on the surface. You just gotta keep keep a sheet. Yeah, it seems simple. You know, I'm up or I'm down. But you know, these markets, you trade against Bitcoin, you trade against USD. You do a lot of things. There's a lot of triangular arbitrage within this space. And at the end of the day, it's not so easy to count for your results. A big value that we offer here at CC is our trading journal, our advanced trading journal. A really great way to track everything, track your progress. As
soon as you have all that information on your stop, your targets, the coin that you're entering, the chart, the date, all that stuff needs to go into your trading journal, so you can look at it at the end of the month and go, okay, here's what I did well, here's what I did bad, and then you go over the bad ones, and you might start to see a correlation on, okay, when a certain signal looks like this, it always screws me, so maybe I'm not going to take that signal. That's how you get better.
Yeah. You wonder how
if you're not like keeping all this stuff documented, then you're just going to keep guessing every time you lose, and you're not going to know why you lose, and then that's going to make you emotional, and it's a domino effect.
You wonder how those big-brained Wall Street traders do it. You think they just trade on emotion?
They're the same as us.
No, guys, they are super accountable. They have very detailed books, reporting, audits.
Except for those guys over at Melvin.
Yeah, well, even that, I'm sure, was a calculated gamble. It was a big gamble. But
well, here's the thing, that you should always be assessing your risk, and they left themselves so overexposed, it's their fault they got caught.
Out of thousands of Wall Street firms, I figure, someone's eventually going to overdo it and get caught with their pants down.
Yeah. And that was the other thing. If it wasn't Melvin, it would be someone else. It would just be another story some other time. This was an inevitability that the local and just retail market ends up smoking the big boys for once.
Yep, made a lot to do with complacency and corruption in Wall Street, but let's get to the last couple of requests before we move to wrap. I do have some overtime, thankfully, but this next one came from Vidu. She says, Dot, Rose, and Link. Yes, Link. Let's do Link before we go. Let's do Link because I saw quite a few Link requests.
Link. Link looks very similar to Dot here. Actually, Link looks a little stronger than Dot. You're actually probably likely to keep this close, but there's nothing to do here, in my opinion. You got rising bearish momentum on this thing. Like I said with the other patterns, this does look like a strong pattern, but as for a day trade, there's nothing to do here. You have the cross under here, which would get you out of this continuation long, probably pretty close to break even. Actually, you probably would have been up a little bit on that once you got it, but I don't think you should be in Link right now. I think that it's too you're stuck in purgatory right here. You gotta let it figure out which way it wants to go, prove to you which way it has support, then you pick it up.
Link, we're living in the era now of the meme coins, and it seems that Link was one of the probably the number one, I'd say, meme coin of the bear market. And it was also coincidentally one of the top performers of the bear market.
I remember buying it at $1.
Yeah, it really did pop off super hard. Early 2019, Q1 2019, I think.
It was definitely off. A front runner in comparison to the rest of the coins.
It did, but now it seems like a bit of a laggard. And you think, out of all with meme coins being the trend, you think this one would be blazing, but seems like a bit of a laggard recently, but still, nonetheless, a great performer of the last couple of years. Can't sleep on the long-term gains. Some of these are flash in the pan pump and dumps. Others, like Link, have staying power. I'm just saying that as a meme coin.
For sure. I mean, you can tell by the fundamentals of these charts, man. This is not something that's being pump and dumped necessarily. Like, go look at that SNGL trade that went 100 and some % in a day, and then you're not seeing that price action out of this chart on the weekly. I mean, Link looks strong, but in the short term, look at this cross under on the weekly. It would be absolutely plausible that we get more downside here before we get upside, but you just can't know that.
All right. Well, yeah, I noticed it's actually at all-time
Keep an eye on Link for the day, because here's the thing. With the way this chart looks, you could get one good candle out of here, and then you get a nice pump, and then you get a new long signal, and then you get in.
All right. So the question.
Let the market show you.
So clearly, tomorrow's poll is going to be about
Link.
Will Link go to $1,000 eventually? Sign here. All right. Let's get to the next.
Here.
Let's get into the
Rose.
Next.
You said?
Yeah, let's do Rose. It's on this with Douche's request as well.
Rose USDT.
Let's see what Rose is up to.
Nope. There's just nothing I could do here with the 24-hour system. You got the long signal yesterday, but it closed below the 13 EMA, and also it shows descending momentum on WADA. I think that this price absorption that you're seeing is likely to get sold into again. But nothing to do here. This is classic of oscillators in ranging markets, especially when they're tightening up. If you look at this, you got a short signal, long signal, short signal. This is on the 24 hours, guys. That means that we are going so sideways that it's just right in the moment of crossing that zero line. So you just need to wait for it to break to the right side, because if you keep flip-flopping on this, you're going to be screwed. That's why we add in things like WADA and time transformation and baseline, because all of these things need to come together to build you a legitimate signal, not just something saying long and go for it. You need to be sure.
Yep.
And this is telling you to stay out.
Yep, those indicators that you see him pointing out there, guys, that's part of the proprietary indicator suite here at Cracking Crypto.
Top one here would be Minx, which is an oscillator. I use this as my initiator. I use a time transformation as an initiator as well, but it's my secondary one. I just like to see when these things agree. That's just more confluence for me. The 13 EMA is this system's baseline, and then including WADA tar explosion. For this particular system, I don't necessarily need a rising explosion level, but I will always take a rising explosion level with rising momentum over just rising momentum.
Yep.
And you don't have either of those
All
things
those-
on WADA.
All those indicators and more you can learn about. You can find also other indicators will teach you to do more or less similar things, guys. You can build systems not using our indicators, of course. There's free indicators you can build systems
Oh yeah,
with.
that's the thing, you guys. You don't have
but
to use ours.
Ours are really well tuned for, I think, the style and the professional approach we bring here at CC. And of course, we got tutorials that teach you how to use them, how to deploy your own systems that utilize some of our custom indicators. We've also got some free indicators that are pretty useful. If you just search keyword cracking on TradingView, you can see all our indicators.
Come up here
free
into
ones.
your indicators and strategies and just type in cracking crypto. And then you have a bunch of different ones. I do believe the exponential moving average, which you can turn this one, guys. This one's free. This was the first one that I ever used, the exponential moving average. Just set it to 13, then you have yourself a 13 EMA baseline. That's pretty easy. You could add Fisher on there, but we have quite a few. Each Moku is one of the free ones, and then Wadatar Explosion. But then the rest of them are proprietary indicators. But the whole goal of CC is not to make you use our indicators. It's to teach you how to build a system using indicators that gives you actual verifiable data that gives you an edge in the market.
Yep, just so happens our indicators are pretty well tuned by some pretty smart people, so
much smarter than me, guys.
Yep, they've thought about just deployment. Again, we've got tutorials to help you use them, to kind of give you figure out how to use these things and explain it in a really neat fashion. Highly recommended. Built here by the likes of Alex, Justin. I'm sure Johnny has had some contributions, and many others who we have people in the Pine scripting channel who probably
backtest them.
Yes, people backtest. They contribute in many ways. So everybody who helps build out the cracking crypto indicators, my hat's off to you. Let's get into the final request before we move to wrap. This one's Litecoin. I saw a few people requesting Litecoin, but one came from Nicholas Barboza requesting Litecoin.
Ooh, guys, Litecoin just looks pretty rough right here on the daily. It's actually giving you a continuation short signal, and if you close below the 13 EMA like this, I usually actually do like to take continuation shorts on up candles, especially if they close below the baseline. But in terms of Litecoin, if you're looking for a long, this is just not the opportunity for that long. I mean, you see all this price absorption to the downside, wicking up all over the place. I mean, you could get continuation out of this, but from a systems-based trading setup, this would be a continuation short. And you got one here, which would have been a banger. Boom, stop at a break even, get another one here, and then see if you actually get it. But I think there's stronger things out there, and I'm not like, if anyone is part of the group, most of the signals that I took this last month were long signals because we were in a bull market. I don't like to usually take too many shorts. Exactly. And I think that we're in a moment of indecision here to where I don't know if we're going to break back above the 60 hole on Bitcoin. I mean, I'm just going to have to be patient for the next couple of weeks until we really find our stride on whether we're going to be going up or down.
Things look overly bullish, guys, and I'm sure some of us in the channel recognize that our analysts are proceeding with caution.
I always proceed with caution.
We're still
guys.
fundamentally, I think, in an incredibly bullish environment. So I'm quite split on this. You know, I'm fundamentally bullish. At the same time, there's almost an unprecedented amount of euphoria and market excitement.
You can
and
smell
new
it
market
in the air.
participants. So like, I'm finding it really difficult to judge which way we're going to take this right now.
So do I. I'll be the first one to tell you I have no idea what's going to happen. And as a trader who does this professionally, you don't need to know. Like, anyone who tells you they know exactly what's going to happen doesn't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, we can only make estimated guesses, maybe not guesses, but we make estimated calls. We have statistical edges that we try to exploit here to take things in a
we
certain
find an
direction.
edge and exploit it.
At the same time, guys, we're very enthusiastic and autistic to some degree
I have a good time.
about knowing the markets. That's Litecoin. That's all the requests we got time for today, guys. Going to quickly check on that poll. Thank you to Jason for marathoning us through 2.5 hours. And, of course, Alex hosted the first hour or so of charting. Let's see. How is our poll looking here? I'm going to bring it up. Perfect. All right here on center. And we're going to refresh it really quick to see where the results are. We got 55 votes in over the past couple hours. Did you get in on the ground floor of the XRP mega pump? Let's see. Leading answer so far, leading response to the poll is no, passing on meme coins, and I'm stacking Bitcoin or other major coins.
I really do hope that's true, because there's so many people out there probably just getting roasted with their money. Like, I really hope there are people just stacking BTC and Ethereum.
56% of people voted precisely this, that no, they're passing on the meme coins. But you know, one thing I discussed with a few people in the Discord over the weekend was, you know, some of us are like in the space. We're plugged in. We're here.
Yep.
We know what Doge is
Every day.
before anybody knew what Doge was. But we still said, pass.
Nope.
I don't want to deal with Doge. You were here during the Justin Sun TikTok super pump phase of Doge. You were here probably even before that. You might have been here in 2016 and playing with Doge. But fundamentally, someone had a sentiment, and it went along the lines of, I'm plugged in, I know all these coins. It kind of does suck to see them take off with us, you know.
Doesn't bother me at all.
It doesn't me either, to be completely honest. I make a choice not to partake, but still, you know, you want to make sure that you're a prudent investor, but other times you do want to take advantage of pumps like this. Me, I still refuse to do it, guys. I don't like holding hot potatoes like this. Even the GME thing, it's all of this might very well end in tears, guys. Just like, and I think XRP was the demonstration of this, guys. Everybody was talking about the big pump, and it seemed like pumps were hitting every coin, every stock lately. Everything was getting squeezed. And go figure, XRP ends up, well, that doesn't really materialize. It did somewhat over the weekend. If you bought the
had a hell of a pump.
News, yeah, you bought the rumor and sold the news. You made away like a bandit. But if you waited till 8 a.m. on February 1st, that they promised us, guys. They told me if I just bought XRP, we'd be at $1 or even $10 by now. What happened? Are you still in it? Answer the poll and let us know. I do notice 18% of people said yes, I bought XRP and took profits. So some people played the situation wisely. 16% of respondents said yes, I'm still holding XRP for $10 or more, but I'm getting worried. All right. No,
at least they're honest.
No, I don't mess with XRP, but I'm still in Doge, said 9% of respondents. So do check that out, guys. It's the community tab on our channel. Do leave your response. Let us know how XRP is looking up for you today. If you're watching the replay, shout outs to you. Thank you for checking us out. Gonna be getting, I guess, a move on. Jason, any final thoughts before we move to wrap?
It's just one of those times. It's going to be one of those weeks, I think, that we actually do get to see where we're really heading. Right now, in the meantime, I think you should be sitting on your hands. I unhedged due to this long signal on BTC, but again, the 13 EMA can be very sensitive and chop you up. I just don't want to be caught hedged if we do decide to really break gangbuster to the upside. But at the same time, it's just going sideways for now, guys. There's probably going to be a couple days or maybe even a couple weeks of sideways here, but just be patient.
Yep, there's probably some good trades to be had out there. I imagine our analysts.
I'll be scanning every day, and the people in the group will be getting the signals that I do take, because I bet you there are some signals out there to take today.
Yep, for sure, and a lot of them end up working out quite well, I have to say.
Well,
yeah,
4 out of 33 were bad last month, so that's okay.
That's not bad at all. So I'm confident we can look to Jason's and Alex's.
I can only promise that I will continue to do my best.
But as for the XRPs, the Doges, the GMEs, and these others, the silvers of the world,
AMCs, the
guys,
silvers.
I'm not sure about these trades. I know they're the meme ones that are popular, but you know what our analysts do. They don't look for the unrealistic outsized returns. They don't just go after memes. We chase the charts, guys. We chase the signals and the indicators, I should say, and we generate signals based off of that. And Jason, you've been doing a knockout job. So
thanks, sir.
Looking forward for the next batch of signals. Check them out. premium.crackingcryptocurrency.com. Not to shill it too hard, guys, but we do it.
Yeah, go over there on Twitter and follow me too, because I do like every once in a while just to send out a free signal just to everyone who's watching.
Yep, Dark Rico in the live chat says more BTC sideways would be nice for alts. Yep,
could see some alt pumps out of that. Yep,
that's exactly where we are, guys. You know, in fact, we probably don't want the Reddit army to come raid Bitcoin just yet. Maybe what we really need before we pump Bitcoin is a little more alt season. Am I right, guys? I'm sure we all want to see our alt bags pump, and then you get out, you get into Bitcoin just in time for the Reddit army to drive Bitcoin to new all-time highs. We need that plus 40k breakout. Maybe not too soon, though. Let's get those alts in first. Am I right, guys? Alts pump
All
first.
right. Well,
Let's get the
we will
Bitcoin
see you
number.
guys tomorrow.
Yep, that's it, guys. This concludes the Monday edition of the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. 2.5-hour episode. Perfect. Right on the dot. Out the door we go. Much love to the audience.
Make sure to join us in the Discord, guys, and trade safely. See you tomorrow.
Catch us Tuesday. Cheers, guys.